Chat, here we go with Help Will Come Tomorrow. A sort of survival strategy game where you get a set of 4 characters and you're really trying to just not die out here, and as the name implies, help will come tomorrow. You're trying to not die while waiting for help to come. So, let's see if we manage to not die, perhaps. Let's begin. We start a new game where we now have some choices here. We can choose the difficulty. The passenger level is the least demanding experience. Then we have Survivor. The Survivor level is an optimally balanced experience where the aspects of survival and the story are equally important. And then you've got Resident of Siberia, where it's directed to the most persistent players, where the aspect of survival and telling the story is extremely demanding. We'll go ahead and just mark it right in between and do Survivor. And we'll just do a full set of random characters. I like these 3 have a very clear set. I suppose these probably indicate what kind of person falls into this group. You can see here, for example, we got Red Star, and there's only 3 people, Alexei, Maria, Vadim. But down here with the blue, we've got Sir Edward Grigory, and Serge. So I think they're different types of people, and the question mark just could be any of those 3, I suppose. I don't know. First scenario, let's go ahead and do the first one specifically. So, if we fail out and die, and we're not successful in survival, we can come back and do the same scenario. That way we can try to continue and see what happens. You know? Let's go wild. We'll give the chance of serious wounds on start, and we'll go ahead and start the game. Are you sure you want to start a new game? All save statuses. Yes, that's fine. Let's go. Russia. We were all passengers of this speeding train. Divided into classes, world confined in our compartments. There was someone's story hidden in each of them. War, escape, adventure, fight for change. Subcutaneously, however, we all felt what the end of this journey could be. At that moment, all divisions disappeared. And our stories merged into one. And hello there, Bird Bob. Welcome to the cold wilderness, where we've barely escaped death. Can you hear the shots? They're killing other survivors. This is a replay from the Zaniensky Square. The Tsar supporters are opening fire to the proletariats. You are talking nonsense. They are just thugs or deserters. Don't talk so loudly because they'll hear us. We've run a long way. I think we can take a rest here and the snow will cover our footprints. And no, I don't need to use the manual. That is quite alright. Now see, right now we've got these 5 different areas of our camp, and all of them are snowed over. And on the left side of the screen, we can see our selection of characters, and they have these little icons next to them. And the icons indicate various statuses. So for example, this guy, Dimitri, we'll call him. He's got thirst, and he also has a twisted ankle. If you don't restrain the foot with a limb brace, after a few days, the character will start to limp permanently. That's not good. That means we're going to want a quarantine point in order to heal him. And over here, we've got Grigory, who's currently drunk. And then this lady, Zofia, who is both hungry, thirsty, and is also sick. So she also needs that quarantine point repaired. And then Vadim up here, he's just hungry. He just wants some food. Our first matter at hand is to make snow angels for morale. I mean, while we're shoveling snow, that's kind of like making snow angels, right? Now, with their various statuses, that can make them lose these action points that are listed here. And you need those points in order to do actions around the camp. So, as I click on the campfire, you can notice it has, after removing the snowbank, we will be able to put a camp structure in its place. So if I grabbed this guy over here, I can see right off the different characters have different sort of bonuses, perks, or downsides, whatnot to them. And it seems that we know one of his already. Let's see, he was Dimitri. He has Distrustful. Initially, this character has lower confidence in all other characters, so he's very suspicious of everybody right now. We'll go ahead and have him remove the snow at the campfire here. And of course, the sauced up guy is totally fine. Yeah, vodka makes you invincible, clearly. And every camp structure has two options: makeshift and solid. Solid lasts a lot longer, has a lot better quality, you can see up here, and it makes all the other characters, makes them much more impressed by whoever built that campfire. You make something makeshift, they look over to it and they're like, what the fuck is this crap? You make something solid, they look over and go, oh, wow, you made this? For the campfire, how many wood does this require? 7 and 6. For makeshift, it requires the same amount of structure, a little bit less wood. For solid, it requires a stone as well. I think that I might just go ahead here. And we'll use wood. We'll go ahead and make a solid structure. Oh, but it does require all of my stone. I think over to the fact that we have that quarantine point. I'm gonna hold off for just a moment on making this campfire, and I'm going to unsnow the quarantine point and see what it takes to build the, what it takes to build this. So, when we're removing the snowbanks, it only requires a singular action point. You can see now he was at 2 and now he's at 1. In order to clear up the snow. In order to actually build things, to do any action, it requires action points. So you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on those. Okay. So then you also kind of need to consider, who do we want to have work then? I think we'll go ahead and have her move the snowbank. Oh, we also found some extra little materials as we're clearing that away. Oh, so to make a solid structure for the quarantine point here, you need a bunch of needles. So we definitely couldn't do that. And to make the makeshift version, we need 10, so it requires essentially all of our needles, and with the amount of wood that it also takes, I don't think we could make both the quarantine point and a campfire because of the amount of wood that it takes. Come over here and remove this snowbank. Oh! I look at Grigory. Imagine being so drunk that you fail at shoveling away some snow. You come out, you're like, oh, look at this snowbank, and you just kind of shove the shovel in and you fall over, face first. Freezing, you should have brought your jacket. Well, guess I'm just gonna have him, alright, he's successful this time, thank you. To make the bed here, it only requires needles and this material. And in fact, it only requires needles to make the makeshift version. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now, when you are crafting these camp structures, you can do two things. You can have a singular character work on it, but then it requires 3 action points. Or you can have 2 characters work on it at the same time. However, if they don't like each other, it brings down the quality. Imagine being a loser who can't shovel snow. Imagine being so drunk you can't shovel snow. Notice the shelter quality here, falling right at about that point. But then if I bring down this guy with the more morale levels, it halves that amount. What if we bring out Lady instead? Their morale's not as bad, but I think it reduces down to the same amount. So, unless we had Vadim here work on the beds on its own, we're gonna get quite a reduction in the quality. But that's how it goes, I guess, when we just are starting off. They all hate each other. Well, they were all, they were all initially divided there on the train, so clearly they look to each other, they go, ugh, different status than I am. I hate you. They have to build their camaraderie. Now, who hates each other the least? I can see that's 5 and 10. What if we swap him out even? How are they doing together? They're only 5 and 5. Oh my god, they really don't like each other. -10 for both. So don't pair them together. I'm gonna opt to maybe not use him. What about him? They hate each other. Did the lady and this guy, are they acceptable? 5 and 5? Okay. We'll have them makeshift up this bed then. Oh, aha, see? When you do different actions too, you will find out new information, or not every time, but you can find out more information or unlock the knowledge of different traits they have. So, for Dimitri here, he's got Perfectionist. The character prefers to do things precisely. The quality of their construction is higher and often gains credit, while their morale increases when making solid structures. Unfortunately, morale drops during the makeshift action, and after each small action, they have a chance to waste an additional AP. So, while he gets some boosts if he works on solid structures, he doesn't like doing makeshift ones. And if he does small actions, he might get a little bit obsessed and use up some extra AP. So, in the future, we probably do not want to use him if we are doing any sort of makeshift structure. So, let's go ahead and look over at the campfire now. And we'll want to build that. Also, now we have a lot of stone. So, I guess we found a shit ton of it while we were clearing out the snow. Which means we have plenty in order to make a solid campfire. Let's go ahead and use the 2 of them, because we might be able to do some other small actions using Vadim. And if we had Vadim just straight up make the campfire, then we would only have a single action point available with Grigory. So, we make the solid campfire. And then we're going to want to light this because there's nothing going right now. So, let's add fuel. And these are my fuel options down here. Since pine cones are only able to be used as fuel, we're going to start with that. And I've only got one needle, so let's just throw that in there. And we'll throw in some bark. And what kind of food do I have? I have some beans and some edible roots, but it will probably cause indigestion, so I want to be careful with that. Do we have to eat each other to survive? Where are we going to get food? Well, you get food by scavenging. You either go out into the woods and find some berries, or you find some animals to kill. No, like Skilly says, you don't have to worry about eating anybody just yet. I don't think we're at that point. Now, when we end our day, having 3 of these, forget what they call them exactly, but these little statuses that they've got, if they have them at the end of the day, if they got 3 of them, it gives them a chance to lose action points, or I think if they have 3, they might just straight lose them. We don't want that to be the case, so I'm going to go ahead and feed her the beans. I have to drag it to her character. So I would like to be able to get everyone down. I only have 1 water, unfortunately, so I can only give it to either Dimitri or Zofia. Status, that's what they call them. So a sick character loses health and morale every night. You can speed up recovery using Cold Bomb with care action and some meals. As if you don't restrain the foot with Limb Brace, after a few days the character will start to limp permanently. I'm not sure who would be better to give the water to. We could also always, you can see vodka gives some beverage. Always give some one of them the vodka, you know. Drink through the pain here, Dimitri. Fortunately, it seems that wasn't enough beverage to get rid of his thirst. So I might be the case where I have to give him both vodkas in order to take that down. And we'll go ahead and give Vadim just singular root to take down his hunger a little bit. It's still there, but it's probably slightly reduced. So he's got 2 actions. Is there anything else we can do with him? You know, we can clear out some more of these snowbanks, actually. Let's go over here and have him unsnow this. Oh wow, 13 needle from this spot? That's pretty good. Drinks vodka. Clean water. Are you sure you're not already drunk? Alright, so now that we've removed all of the snow, all of the structures are now ready to be built. And tomorrow we will go out for expeditions, so we can start getting some more supplies. And now, when we have the shelter, we're able to put somebody down here to rest. And this is sort of a free action, you could say. So even though everyone has 0 action points, we can put somebody down. But who do we want to have rest? I feel like Vadim in particular, he did a lot, so we'll go ahead and have him rest. Get some sleep, dude. Now we will end our day. And then we get the nighttime campfire conversations. Let's go ahead and introduce people. So here we've got Vadim's introduction. To be fair, vodka is like 60% water usually. Imagine grabbing yourself a cup of vodka and going, plain water. Your friend looks over at you and, that's vodka, dude. What? But it's like 60% water, so technically I'm still accurate. Then your friend looks at you and just stares. Okay, dude. Comrades in misery, fate has put us under a difficult test. I appeal, let us rise above divisions. In the face of danger, everyone, a frivolous aristocrat, a greedy bourgeois, or a dumb peasant, must unite and cooperate. Was that frivolous about me? Oh, he lost some friendship points with Vadim. Vadim listing off different types of people, and everyone's like, what, he's referring to me? But then Dmitri over here in particular was like, well, are you talking about me? I hate Vadim now. Today we say no to divisions, no matter if you vomited oysters yesterday or cleaned up the vomit. Oh, that's too much. Woe to us if, at this critical moment, we give in to prejudices or expect special treatment. I say this especially to you, Dmitri. I will keep an eye on you. Is he aiming all of this discreetly over at Dmitri? And Dmitri's just like, why you gotta pick on me, dude? Well, now we can hear Dmitri's introduction, though. The situation is as follows. The enemy outnumbers you, is better armed, and knows the area. Warmonger? This character likes when something is going on, even if it doesn't have a positive effect. Fucking Dmitri over here is like, yeah, I like happenings. Oh, battle? I love it. Thanks, Dmitri. We have to secure the area. I will determine the order of patrols and changing the watch at night. Does anyone have any weapons? Captain, we are not a troop of soldiers, and we will not become it, even under such a respectable command. Nonsense! The situation has turned all of us into soldiers, and the warriors need a commander. Mr. Perfectionist Warmonger over here wants everyone to battle. You order here then, and I'm going to sleep. Bullshit. Oh, he lost some friendship with him. Less talking, more action. I take over the first watch, and at dawn we will look for sharp stones and metal fragments so that we can sharpen the perches into arrows. There we go. And then there's this end of day summary where it goes through and shows you all the stat changes that everybody's had. I'm just gonna skip that. Camp morale went down a little bit, and then we have the strength for the next day. You can see here's the morale test, which everybody has passed. And you can see in particular here, the character condition, -1 AP for 2 statuses, and passenger difficulties 3. I was on that survivalist difficulty, so when I hit 3 is when I think they lose their action, and so on passenger it would become then 4, I suppose. Yeah, the Dmitri over here does not seem to be winning any friends right now. And it looks like they're also adding on some extra statuses. You can see Zofia here is adding on shivering. And Grigory has the easily dehydrated perk. I'm just gonna say perks. The character will be thirsty much faster. So that one is all negative. Alright, now before I do anything with improving or managing camp things, we're going to go out on an expedition. It's food in particular, you can see that all I've got is that singular bottle of vodka and some roots. So if we go out on an expedition, here's my camp here. We've got a surrounding area to explore. We're gonna send an expedition out. You can have either 1 or 2 characters going out to explore. And depending on their sort of stats with each other, that can affect what you're able to find, how successful they are, so on, so on. Oh, and thank you, Bird Bob, for subscribing. That's very nice. Appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so I can see that with her, he's got no friendship, doesn't find much credit, barely trusts her. Her, on the other hand, she's fairly impressed. She thinks they're kind of friends at least, and trusts him a little bit more. You see, he's also got this unfriendly perk. This character is not liked. The friendship of other characters towards them constantly decreases. Oh my god. Vadim is not making friends around here very well. You can see they get along better. And the two of them, oh, look at their friendship. And she's super trusting of him. Oh, they get along so well. Does Vadim get along with anybody? Oh, I guess I just had him in here. Yeah, they're not bad. They're terrible, though. Look at their friendship level. They hate each other. Let's go ahead, then. Maybe we'll send... What is it? They get along the best? They get along pretty well. We'll go ahead and send the 2 of them out. Okay, now what I would like to find is a river area so we can get some water. And you can also see that there are different danger levels around. I'm not 100% sure. I think it mainly affects these different stats. You can see down here there's camp, where it's safe, loss probability up here. Every move on the map increases the risk for the expedition to get lost, can force its members to stay overnight in the forest. So if they're out here exploring, they can get lost, and then you're stuck, you can't do anything else with your characters, and you have to wait for tomorrow in order to get any supplies they've collected. We'll go ahead and start heading out here. This looks like it might be a pond. So if that is the case, it's potential we could get some water there. And at each spot that we move to on this little map, we can search. We want to do that so we can see what we can find. So we've got some moss, some mushrooms, and some rocks. So completely garbage items. What a good start. We had a... Uh-oh. She has the observant trait. The character has a chance to find additional resources during the collect exploration action. Oh, that's pretty good. So she can sometimes find us some extra stuff. And I see here, Stinking Peat Bog. So I guess this is some water. I don't know if it's gonna let us find any water, though. We did get some mold, though, chat. And it says it has 1 food. I hold the mold. Are you hungry, chat? Maybe a little bit starving? Here you go. It's tasty. And now when you explore these areas also, when you hover over them, you can see what sort of resources they will provide. And I can see here at this train, looks like somebody's hanging around. Let's go over here. We'll explore. Oh, we got some wood. That's good. And some golden roots. That's herb item. Interesting. Take them. And we've still only got 2 AP here. Or, there's water. That's good. More items. Not any food. I would really like to have found some berries, since berries are very safe for eating. But, can't do much. How much? Oh, that's a very good amount of water with 6 pieces. String, also a good find. We've only got 1 character AP left. Loss probability is still fairly low, only 21%. So let's go ahead and explore some more of this water. I did just lose a character action point, so we'll explore here. More water. Excellent. Got a lot of mushrooms, too. Especially since they provide 2 food, so while it does give a chance of indigestion, you can see like it describes better than starvation, so... Alright. And now you can see that it reset. I think it will occasionally trigger. And we'll use up your character points instead of getting lost. But regardless, let's go ahead and head back to the camp then. That way we can keep his character point to have him do shit. So return to camp. Here's what we found. Pretty good. We got a shit ton of moss, and we are able to eat the moss. We're gonna go ahead and begin by giving everyone some water. Still got 7 left. Okay, now with the actions, I can grill some food. With roasting an animal or campfire fish, I don't have any fish, and I don't have any animals down here, so we want to upgrade. And if we make a pot here, we will have something to cook in. Moss is my favorite food. Well, that's great, because I've got a shit ton of it. Look at that, 24 pieces. I throw some moss at you. Go wild. And hello there both then, Grey Pachi and Twitchy, and welcome to the stream. Okay. So we need to decide who we're going to have make things. Now, since we are able to make a solid structure, because this is like no fucking problem, we've got clay, found that on our exploration, then we can grab a second person here to help them out. They hate each other, so let's not use them. These people, fairly okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the 2 of them together. I want to do them both, that way I only take up 2 action points rather than take out all 3. Actually, he only has 1. So I can't do just him, even if I wanted to. Okay, so with structure, we've got a lot of clay and stone. I don't think I think I'll go ahead and use the bone, because then I can use exactly 2 pieces and not take up any of that. You can see when I hover over, actually it would only take 1 piece of clay in order to make this. And I do have a lot of clay. I'm not sure the rarity amounts of these different items. So, and hello there, the consultant, and welcome to the stream also. Just woke up, can't believe I missed so much of the stream. You really just missed intro, and we're really just getting into the game here. So for the game, you haven't missed too much. I'm gonna go ahead and use bone. And we will upgrade our campfire. So now we have this pot. And this is something that we're going to want to make too, definitely, because then we'll have this water filter, and we'll be able to just have them spend actions in order to filter out and make some water. Then we don't have to have them go explicitly search for it instead. Okay, so now we have different options here with cooked foods, which we're going to want to do, because right now all of the food item options we have are all terrible, all with the possibility of causing indigestion. Now, these are also the smaller actions it's referring to. You can see here with the action points. Only takes 1. Let's go ahead. I'm looking here at their action points at the same time. We do want to make a lot of food. We still want to make sure we build up a quarantine point. Making the workshop would be good because then we can make some tools. And upgrading our shelter would be good because then we're able to have more people rest. You can see both Grigory and Zofia here both have this fatigue status, making them tired. But they are all very hungry too. You can see they all have big hunger. Except for Zofia, actually. She only has little hunger. Now, if I make him cook, I don't think I'm really going to be able to make any... If I have them cook 3 times between the 2 of them, and we would still be able to craft 1 structure. So let's start there. We've got stew, which requires meat and water. Don't have meat, can't do that. Don't have meat, can't do that. I can make soup, though, which requires some vegetables. Oh, we're gonna have to stoke up our fire, though, because we don't have a high enough fire level to cook things right now. I've also got mushroom soup. I think I'm probably gonna make mushroom soup, because, again, how many fucking mushrooms I have. I don't think I have any foods, except for the edible roots, it looks like, that has vegetable level. So I can't do too much that's going to require vegetables. Like, ooh, we could make a delicious soup, though. No, I can't make delicious soup. I would need 3 edible roots. Herbal tea. Great for cold and oh, we could make some herbal tea up for Zofia. There's also fruit tea. I don't have any berries, and I don't have any eggs for scrambled eggs. So it looks like we're just going to make some mushroom soup then. Oh, first stoking our fire. Have any pine cones? No pine cones. We'll use a split wood. Alright, now we've got 48% here, making it nice and warm. You know, that would be an interesting thought. I did make the pot using some bone. Add some bone flavor to the soups I'm making. Tasty. Does that discreetly make my mushroom soup extra delicious? Wow. Alright, get making the soup. Burn the moss. I could do that. Was that an option for fuel? It is. So, seeing as the moss is not great for eating, I don't think, I'm pretty sure it probably has a chance to cause indigestion too, even though it doesn't list it. I feel like it probably would. You know, look at the other items I have here. I think we're fine. Okay, so now we've got some mushroom soup, and it makes 4 servings. I'm pretty sure that's why it takes 4 water. It's because then it becomes a serving each. Some of them look like they're on their last legs. Eat the weak. Well, I look at their health bars. Nah, they're fine. You could say he's on his last leg, though, seeing as he's got a twisted ankle. Let's go ahead and give them all a bowl of soup. And I can't make... I would be... If I had 1 more water, I would be able to make another bowl of soup. Or a set of 4 bowls of soups, really. But because I don't, I can't. So, we'll go ahead and just slap him with some moss, and slap him with some moss. That way it takes out their hunger. And I think we should have enough high enough campfire heat in order to make her not freezing tomorrow. You can see the shivering status has this character is cold, light a larger fire for the night, warm them with a warm drink or food, or dress them in additional clothing to reduce the frost at the end of the day. We did eat that soup. I guess I didn't look and see if it said that it decreased their frost coldness level, but I don't have it now, so I can't check. And hello there, by the way, Gray, and welcome to the stream. Become moss people by eating the moss? That doesn't sound like a good idea. So let's see if we have enough to build up both the quarantine point and workshop. That way we're able to do some smaller actions tomorrow. We don't have enough needles for a solid structure here, but we can do a makeshift one. If I look over at the workbench, we don't have enough string for a solid structure, but we can make a makeshift one. Not quite enough sticks, but we do have enough needles. Maybe we will use needles and rocks, because I don't want to use my branches, because I'll be able to split them into sticks when I upgrade this. Same with the wooden logs, I'll be able to split them after I create this spot. Is why, since I don't have enough sticks to make this, I'm gonna use the needles. Sorry, boys, I know you don't like each other, but tough. They all said it warmed them up, so I'd say that's a safe assumption in regards to the soup. I think so, especially since, you know, I just made that on the fire. You think it would warm them up, since the soup would be nice and warm? So branching off from the basic wood bench, we can get a game flaying point, which will allow us to process meat. And we'll be able to get a hardened table, which would unlock the items bow, arrows, harpoon, fishing rod, sticks, split wood, plank, cut stone. So we'll have to add this on in order to split those larger sticks. Or if we wanted to make planks, you can see right now going over to actions for fabric alteration. Don't have any canvas. Well, actually can't do anything here. And for the metal workshop, it unlocks the items axe, snowshoe, sack, clothes. I feel like this is maybe a little bit more advanced since it requires... Oh, actually the bones are apparently sharp. So I actually have enough to be able to make the metal workshop too, but I think the hardened table probably more useful in comparison. And I know that I can't do the quarantine point because I used up my needles. Another option too is that I don't have to spend all of their action points. I could always save them. You know, maybe I could... No, I can't make more food. If I look over here, what does it take to make the makeshift water filter? Takes the regs, and it takes some wood. So maybe we'll go ahead and use their action points. Could make the solid water filter. We'll opt for that. Throw on the sticks, put on this reg, make the filter. Okay, that uses all our action points, we can't do anything else, but now we can peek over here, and now this has an option. However, unlike the rest, it does take an action point to actually filter the water. So now we're going to go over to the bed. And right now our fatigued characters are Grigory and Zofia. I'm gonna go ahead and let him rest. Go ahead and take a nap. And then we will end our day. Okay, let's have Zofia's introduction. My dear, thank you, but you shouldn't have saved me. Forgot to mute my phone. I am old and weak. I will only be a burden. Chat. Why are we letting this old live? Now we know, in case everybody starts starving, the first one to go is gonna be Zofia over here. Old lady. Don't say that. No one deserved to die in such circumstances. You can't die just from abandonment. We have to send you to battle. Have a hero's death. Are you gonna eat the old? We might, Glaskin. Welcome. Prepare your fork and knife in case we do get to eat the old. And hello and welcome to the stream. Now we have to stick together. Every hand to help counts. When I die, please write Zofia Butsinieva, born in 1854 in Odessa. Or maybe without a year of birth? I need to think about it. I want people to think I died young and beautiful. Alright, how about you, Grigory? She's aged like a fine wine. Do you think that would add a certain something to her flesh when we consume it? Let me introduce myself. Grigory Dmitrievic. I presume that none of you has pickled cucumbers. Are you asking seriously? Do you realize what situation we are in? And there's his drunkard trait. This character likes the hard stuff. When sober, they can lose morale at night. When drunk, their morale increases. So, at the end of the day, just slap him up with a bunch of alcohol. Then they can be drunk at night and will gain some morale. Hell. Don't put a year of birth on her gravestone. Just write, she was old. Haha. Stupid old. Alcoholism. Yeah. Of course, I'm aware of that. We're damn far from the distillery. But what is this jabbing me in my side? Come on, baby, come to your uncle. He says, grabbing his bottle of alcohol and hugging it. Look at that. See, it even gave me a bottle of alcohol. Come here, baby. And suddenly he procures a bottle of vodka out of nowhere and starts drinking it, and everyone's just like, where the fuck did that come from? Stashed booze. Yeah, he's holding out on us, chat. And they did their morale test, and it looks like both Grigory and Dmitri failed. They had a action point loss. So it is the case, if they have 2 statuses at all, that there's a chance that they're not going to pass it. Character morale plus camp morale. Now it's morning times. Uh-oh. My bed! Chat! Oh. Alright, I don't want to have Dmitri do it, I think, because it did comment for his perfectionist trait that there's a chance he takes up double AP when performing actions, and I assume that clearing a snowbank is going to qualify as that. So we're... Well, then again... He did have some type of trait, or no, that was because he was drunk. That's why he failed the last time, so that's fine. Unsnow this. There we go. Now we have our bed. He slept on it too hard. I don't think that's why it got all snowed in, but okay. Okay, we want to go out on expedition again so we can continue exploring around. Ooh. There's an animal. I don't think we'll be very successful in catching that, though, since we don't have any special tools that would help us catch him. We're going to send her and Vadim out, Zofia and Vadim. That way they can get... Since they have the most character AP, they're going to be able to spend the most time out exploring. So, get to it, guys. We'll have them go look out in this direction. We'll go on top of the animal. Alright, let's see if we can attempt to catch it. Deer, we're going to move away. We move away silently. Is that just going to make it run away completely? I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. Oh, this time you decide to back out without disturbing the game. You are hoping that the musketeer will stay in this area. Yep, okay, so choosing that option does just straight make us leave him. Okay, so I've just explored the area, and it looks like that makes us run into the deer again. The shade of spruces on the banks of a forest stream, flowing down like a thin trickle on a steep slope, you see a musk deer. A small taiga deer with bizarre fangs. This is a great opportunity to bring some fresh meat to the camp. Alright, we try and run up and catch it. Musk deer turns out to have a great sense of smell. It seemed to have sensed the intention of attack because it escaped to the nearby thicket even before you took the first step. So the deer escaped and is gone now. Well, let's search the area again and get the resources from it. Oh, chat, look at that. We found some bugs. We're gonna make ourselves a bug soup tonight? Vampire deer? You think we could drink its blood instead? Every time I explore these areas, I'm hoping I find berries, but we did find some eggs. That means, chat, we'll be able to make some scrambled eggs now. Acrona matata. Nutritious bugs. Late swarm. Unexpectedly, a swarm of nasty flies encircles you, biting severely in the exposed part of the body. Even when you were traveling by train, you heard warnings of the taiga people about such a swarm. But apparently, at this time of year, bugs should not breed anymore. Well, these flies apparently don't know the calendar. You run away as fast as you can. Fucking bugs, chat. Oh my god. I searched the area again. Oh. I would figure I would find so many bugs from this place. We've wandered around, looked, and we just got attacked by all these fucking bugs. They're biting us. We run off a little bit. We look to each other. We nod. We know what we must do. Revenge. We return back to the location, and we slay them. Fuck bugs. Ooh, look, we got some meat. Oh, we got canvas. That's good. Alright, now that we've both got 1 AP left and we've explored the area, we're going to return to the camp. And then we're going to want to take an action here to see how much... And I can find out, how much water do we get out of filtering water exactly? And technically we could even upgrade large water filter. We don't have any charcoal actually, so we couldn't do a solid water filter. We could make a makeshift one. That's easy. I don't want to use him. I'm concerned about making him do a small action and losing points. Okay, so we get 3 water when they filter. Not great, but it is something. We're going to have him make some food. Actually, we're going to wait. I'm going to pause that just for a moment. The streamin grass omelet. Oh no. I just grab my eggs, I crack them over the fire, I grab some of my moss and just spring. I put it at the side of a little piece of bark. See, chat? I make the food, I cook the eggs, I put it on a little piece of bark, I grab a little spot of moss and put it next to the eggs, and then sprinkle a little bit of the needles on top, and I'm like, look, it's like it's all fancy scrambled eggs. And you look over at it and you're like, you just grabbed some random shit plants and you slapped it on top. And I'm like, maybe. Oh no. Now I'm trying to think here exactly what I want to do with the action points that I have currently. Are we freezing to death? Right now, actually, we are not freezing to death. We've got a nice campfire going. We're fairly warm. Come on, Peasy. Come on, Sick. Come sit around the fire with everybody. Welcome to the stream. Now, if I make anything, whether it's an upgrade to an existing part of camp, or I make, say, the quarantine point, that means I will only have 2 character actions left. That would equate to 1 cooked food, and say 1 action for doing, say, fabric alteration. Oh, I could make a tool also. What does it take to upgrade our water filter? It takes, for the makeshift, it takes 3 rag pieces. I think what I would like to do is tomorrow be able to rip up that canvas that I got and get some rags out of it. If I make a knife, that would be an optional, good tool for it. I think what we're going to do is just do a whole bunch of small actions here. So we will make a single spot of food. He can be the chef this time. We'll go ahead and make up some... Oh. We don't have any lard, so we can't make eggs. God damn. Now, do I have enough vegetables? I don't know that I have anything that provides veggies. Hang on. Beans. But that feels like a waste because the beans here, they don't have this green bar. That green bar corresponds to a freshness level of my ingredients. So if that gets to 0, they spoil and I can't really safely eat them anymore. So I don't really want to use the beans for only a 3 level in vegetable. Because by the way, it does not let you combine them. It is not a case of saying, hey, this one has 1 point and this one has 2, so I'll use 1 root and 1 bean. You can't do that. You can't mix and match like that, chat. It's all or nothing here. But beans are musical. They will increase morale. That's why I have... See, there were 4 beans. That means every person in camp could eat a single handful. That means, yes, extra toots for the extra warmth provided from every camp member. But suppose what we'll do is we'll just have some more mushroom soup. That one's easy. Then we can feed everybody that. Alright, and now everybody's totally full, and it's only now him, Gregory, that's still thirsty. We'll go ahead and let him have some vodka. Oh, Always forget, I want to drag them up to the little portraits at the side, but I need to drag them to the little character models. There you go. And now he's drunk. Perfect. He doesn't have any action points, so I don't really care. I go over here, and we're going to make a fabric. Let's go ahead and just try him out. Let's see if he is going to be successful. Excellent. He succeeded without using an extra action point. And now I could make up a knife. And see, then if I go out for more expeditions, I can use the knife. And then later on, I can make the hardened table and silently hope I'm successful. I could also make the hammer, which is useful for building. I think that sounds like a good idea, so we'll go ahead and have him make a hammer. I was thinking for a moment, I was like, oh, I could then maybe go over to my shelter and upgrade that, but I can't, because then I would need another person with either an action point, or someone would, Vadim perhaps, would have to have 3 action points in order for me to do that. So, not an option. Now I'm peeking around. What do I want to do? I could make some more food that I could hoard. Maybe I'll go ahead and filter some additional water, because I don't think I'm going to go out and do any expeditioning tomorrow. I'm going to stay here at camp and upgrade things a bit, so we'll go ahead and have him filter some water. I'm making him so sad, please. I'm making everybody sad. Every time they do any sort of work, they're like, I don't like work. I'm going to have Dimitri rest, because that should keep him from having 2 different statuses at the end of the day here. And now we're going to throw on some fuel for the fire. I'm just going to use bark, because I don't really want to eat the bark. And I could use moss, though, too. Kind of fuck moss, huh? I wonder what's worse to eat, moss or bark? Chat, have you ever had a moss sandwich? Take a piece of bark, put a piece of moss in, take another piece of bark, put it to the other side, and boom! You've got yourself a survivalist sandwich. Survival is such a drag, but oh, it's so great to get to know people. Now that we've also gone through everybody's introductions, let's do some general chat. We've got Drunk Tale, let's check the Northern River, which we've already done actually, so maybe I'll just have them talk about that. Better Shelter, Crash and Slaughter, No Hero Without a Wound. That sounds like it's going to be him talking about that. I'm going to talk about the Northern River. Why should we stick in this forest and cold? When we were still driving, a bend of a river could be seen in the north. We have to get to it. Actually, we've already explored it. I think it's Slinga or some influent of it. Anyway, all the rivers in this area flow into Bakel. That's what I'm talking about. We will build a raft, and the next thing we see is Iruk. I raft on the icebound river. Yeah, I don't know about that one, just slide along, but I feel like if I opt for that, it will make him unhappy and be like, I'm just trying to present ideas. Yeah, well, fuck you. Let's go ahead and discuss the idea. I think that sounds like it would build some more positive camaraderie between them. Well, at least let's look for the river and check the ice condition. After all, it's autumn. Maybe the river will be navigable? And if it's covered with hard ice, we can build a sleigh like Shuchki people. Traveling down the river can be feasible, even without a team. This is not so stupid. Damn that river. Check the river flow northwest of the camp. Well, now I've got a little quest, it seems. Oh, and I also see that it has a certain number of days in order to complete it. Negotiate with the renegades. What is crash and slaughter? I want to know more about that. We were saved from the disaster and avoided the slaughter. It's unthinkable. Do you know if anyone else has survived? They took us by surprise. It was a well-organized operation. The attackers had dynamite and used it not only to derail the train, but also blow up the car in which the war veterans were traveling. They knew where to hit. Uh-oh. They're good strategists. And then they shot the survivors without mercy. If someone has survived, they probably holed up in the woods as we did. You think there's other people we could run into then, Chan? We must stay together until help arrives. We are in the middle of the Siberian taiga, without appropriate clothes and food, surrounded by thugs going after us. How much longer can we survive in such conditions? 1, 2 days at the most. Hello. We're actually going into the 3rd day, 4th day? So, we can survive longer than 1 or 2 days. Excuse me, Dimitri. In that case, let's hope that help will come tomorrow. Oh, let's hope that help will come tomorrow. That's the title. They said the thing. Wow. Wow. Oh, and my camp morale increased. Oh. Yep. Oh, and then it decreased. Fuck. Everybody got -1. Or, except Vadim, he was fine. He passed his morale test. Nobody else did, though. Alright, so, oh, got a couple of people with big hunger here. Let's go ahead and start out with doing some cooking. Sorry, so doing some upgrading with getting this large water filter. I don't have the charcoal again. I wonder. Actually, if I go over to grilled food, there's burnt meat, raw meat. Wonder how we get charcoal. It makes it feel a little bit like I should just be able to grab some of my wood and slap it on the campfire for a little bit and get it that way, but oh well. The seats provide everyone in the camp with additional frost protection. I could give everyone some little pads to sit on, essentially. Okay, large water filter. Can't do solid, have to do makeshift. Bring out him. Slap him down. They hate each other. Everybody hates each other. That's how it is. Put up some clay. Got lots of rags to use. And we're using our hammer. I think that gives extra quality when we make shit, but I think this little tiny section is the amount of quality we're adding on. Not very good. We make the larger water filter. Speaking of 3rd day, is that limp gonna be permanent now? That's a good question. I'm not sure how many days it takes for that to hit. And speaking of that, I suppose I'll head over to the quarantine point and make the spots. I think I should be able to make it solid. Okay, so we've just got enough needles. We've got enough of the rags. Okay. Before I do anything there, let me see if I'm able... we'll have to upgrade this in order to get those extra logs by getting the hardened table. I can make solid. Slap him down. Put her down. I'm just... Fine, we'll go ahead and use sticks to make that, and then we're going to use our clay for the structure portion, and we make this. They hate each other. Twitchy, everybody hates each other here. Don't be ridiculous. So are they just sitting on the ground instead of, like, searching for a house? I mean, the ground's perfectly comfy. Just make yourself a little snow chair to sit in. And Dimitri has this character as a chance to recover AP from resource processing actions. That's really nice. So if I do any fabric alteration, weapons, materials, I don't know if weapons count. But any of these actions then sound like it could potentially recover his AP. That's pretty good. See, now we're able to make up these planks. I would prefer him to make that solid piece over there, though. So I'm not going to use him. I'm going to go ahead and use Vadim. Let's get those planks processed. I accidentally processed 1 instead of all 6, so that's not good. I've got 4 planks, though, that cost... that's worth 3. I wonder if that's enough to, It is. Okay. Lovely. I think they got along alright. Yeah? Fairly. Okay, we make some rags, and then we'll make this quarantine point. Short attention span. When this character performs the same action the 2nd or 3rd time on a given day, they reduce their morale this way. Does that count as just a general same type of action? Like, because he's upgraded one spot and now he's upgrading another spot, he's like, ugh, this isn't interesting. Well-educated. This character has received extensive education, can share useful curiosities and conversations. Oh, okay. She's also well-educated. They're both well-educated. Apparently. Oh my god, look at all the things that he's got. How many can they have? Do I hate you? No. If I hated you, I would have left you all to die over when the train blew up, you know? So now I can spend an action point in order to regain strength, which I think takes out their exhaustion level. Poor Zofia over here is super tired. I need one of them, though, to cook us up some food. Which means more mushroom soup. Oops, wrong mushroom. This mushroom. There we go. I almost need to just leave everyone a day with having an action point, because if I end my day and they've got fatigue, they will rest a little bit overnight. Also only got 1 water that I can give to them. Who's gonna get the water? First, we'll go ahead and feed people. Okay, so let's go ahead and give him the water, since that will bring him down to just having a twisted ankle. And then, do I still have the vodka? I can give him the vodka. And now he's drunk and thirsty. Perfect. And I'm going to have her rest now because she's got the big exhaustion. And that will end my day. Yes, see, unused AP reduces the character's fatigue at the end of the day if a shelter is built in the camp, and I'm pretty sure just this little bed spot counts as the shelter. Yeah, because when I'm back here on the map and I hover over it, it has shelter. So fatigue reduction, protection against cold, good. We end the day. How about we get a drunk tale from Gregory over here? Listen, alcohol has improved my mood a bit, so I'll share a story with you, so to speak, on the subject. And it's straight from our train. But nothing about the disaster. I insist. Alright, so just focus on stories while the train was still intact. Nothing. Well, a crippled man was with us. A veteran, well-dressed. His left leg was wooden. Or the right one? Anyway, imagine that from time to time, he thought that nobody could see him. He was taking his leg off and pouring brandy from it. He drank, corked it, and put the stump on again. Chat, imagine having a peg leg, and it's actually doubled up as an alcohol bottle. So it's like how you've got those sneaky little bottles, you know, that people would pull out from their jacket and be like, oh, here we go. Here's my little bottle of vodka. Take a little sip. Be extra sneaky and keep it in your wooden leg. Is that one guy wearing sandals? I think based on the colors that the white part here is part of the shoe and the brown straps are sort of overlayered on top of them, rather than it being like he's wearing a sock or something, I think. Flask leg sounds pretty badass. Oh, but imagine you had a choice between what kind of leg you want. One of them, you pull off your wooden leg and boom, it's a sword. The other one, you pull off your leg completely and it's an alcohol bottle. And you say, I pass on the sword, give me the alcohol bottle. Gun leg, that's true too. And you pass by the gun leg saying, no thank you, I will take the alcohol leg. This is absurd. I'm telling you the truth. After all, we have a prohibition. It's difficult to buy good alcohol legally. And this old comrade found a way to turn weakness to his favor, and hid brandy where no one will look. But that's not all. Well, at one point this man drank a little too much, and confused stations. A bit after he suddenly jumped up, having put on a prosthesis before, of course, and limped out of the car. We left with his luggage. Stole his luggage? Well, I hope that the train staff found out about it and somehow sorted it out. I say, it's not the end of the story. Well, exactly at the next station, and it was Novin Iklavias, the same man got on the train as if nothing had happened. He said he had confused the stations and would still travel a bit. Impossible. Same man got back on our train at the next station. It's hard to confuse someone so characteristic with someone else. In that case, I know the solution to this riddle. He wasn't drunk then, but you were. Looks at drunkard perk. Oops. Oh, but that increased their friendship with each other. Oh. Huh. Whiskey in the jar. We talk about drunk story, and then we talk about alcohol some more. How about something to cheer up? Maybe you will take a warm-up with us, my lady. I have some vodka at the bottom. Oh, extra. Man, does Gregory just generate vodka from nowhere all the time? It just constantly gonna be like, time for some campfire stories, and then Gregory's like, oh man, I'm so thirsty, and he just procures a bottle of vodka, and it's like, what the fuck? Gregory, where do you keep getting these from? No, thank you. I avoid strong alcohol, but feel free, Gregory. This is Butaneva. I insist you take a sip. We can leave taking care of customs and conventions for the moment when we return to Petrograd. It's nice to hear you. It's nice to hear that you believe we'll be back. Well, if we are to die here, then I see no reason for abstinence. Can you talk only about alcohol? If you want to cheer us up, maybe you'll sing something. There you go, dear lady. Oh shit, he starts singing. He was telling a story about himself? With the vodka leg. Actually his own. He looks like he's wearing a pair of boots here. Surprise, one's actually vodka leg. On the wild steppes of Transvalcalia, where colds can kill you really quick, a vagrant is traveling alone, and from his pants peeks his huge... Oh my god. He was gonna say dick. Mr. Dmitrovic! The song had different words! He flounders through the thick taiga. His foot is strapped in a single sock. Rhymes with sock. Chat. Oh, maybe I will drink after all, she says, fearful that he's gonna keep singing songs about dicks and cocks. Oh, please, Gregory. Oh my god, that super increased the camp morale, though. Thank you, Gregory. You're the best. Alright, this time only 2 people got some morale losses, or action point losses. He passed, That's good. Okay. Good old Greg. Yeah. Pull my finger, he says with a grin. Upon the tug of his digit, a fluid began flowing from his finger. Vodka for days. What if he bleeds vodka? That song really helped out the mood. Yeah, morale juice. It's snowing now, though. Very cold. Alright, well, firstly, we can see exactly how much water this is going to provide us. Since he only has 2 AP, let's go ahead and use him. Filter that water, please. 6, huh? Okay, so that means when we went out to explore those rivers and got 6 water out of it, we can now get 6 water just straight out of heating it up on the campfire. Or heating up snow on the campfire, that is. Okay, he's still got his twisted ankle. Now, if we go over here to our base, in order to make items to heal with, we need medical tools. We need 2 string, a shit ton of sharp. I don't have enough sharp with bones, so let's go over here to the workbench, and we can make some cut stones. We'll use half of the stones, and then if we have Dimitri process that, that should then get us enough, hopefully. Aha, perfect. To make this structure solid. Okay, so who are we going to use? Let's take him, and we'll put her down, and they can work on it together. They're friends now. Now when I have them work together, she has a chance. It's good to work with you. Chance to recover AP. Oh, they're friends now, chat. Now when I make them work together, they don't look at each other and go, ugh. Alright, we make the medical tools. Oh, look, see, now we have wound dressing. Stitch the wound to speed up the healing process and reduce the chance of infecting the body. I don't know if that's what we want. What we want, at least, is the limb brace. And fuck, I don't have any string. So I can't do that. In order to get string from fabric alteration, I need some canvas, and I don't have that either, so I would need to go out exploring to see if I could find some materials. Okay, let's stoke. Actually, what I should be using is the fucking mold. Fuck the mold. I warm up the fire that way. Also, you can notice, though, that the camp visibility increases as our campfire is more or less lit on fire. However you want to phrase that. Since Zofia only has one action point here, I'm going to take her. I was kind of wanting to do an expedition. I guess we'll just take Vadim out to expedition. Oh, I think the eggs that I had previously all spoiled because now it has 0 out of 3. What else can we make? We don't want herbal tea. Oh, you know what? I just noticed too, the mushroom soup. Soup from edible mushrooms increases morale and reduces cold. Delicious soup improves digestion and increases morale. It also only takes 3. I wonder if that means either it's only going to make me 3 soups or what? I guess we can find out here. I'm going to use the beans. Goodbye, beans. And we'll go ahead and use the golden root and cook. Nothing gets you warmer than the fire juice of potatoes, it's true. Oh, look! Zofia apparently has the cooking trait. This character has the chance to regain AP while cooking food, which I think just happened because she still has 1 action point. So it's awesome. So, ideally then, whenever we cook, we want to cook with Zofia, because then we could potentially cook twice. First, though, I can see, yes, indeed, it only makes 3 food. Or 3 soups. However, the food level on this is fucking 5. I don't think the mushroom soup had that much. Definitely want to hit Dimitri and Vadim with this. Because they have the big hunger. And then with 1 soup left, since she made it, I'm gonna give it to Zofia. And then we will give... I don't know if I want to give him the water straight up, because I think I should be able to take out her water need and his water need by giving them the water. Then I can give the remaining spot over to him. And that takes everyone down pretty well. Okay. I'm going to now expedition. Uh-oh. What are these? Oh, I see. They're there because it's marking the fact that the quest is happening there. I want to go expedition up there while avoiding this renegade person. I don't want them to find me. Soup should cure thirst, honestly. It did mildly. It had the beverage level had 1 little spot, so it very mildly reduces it. It just doesn't reduce it enough to take out the status. Alright, Vadim, let's see what you can find. Oh, instantly he's running into an event. Someone had to go out into the woods and it fell on you. Not good. When you're not in camp, these maniacs are ready to jump at each other's throats. They are extremely resistant to learning. Hardly anyone understands the fate of the proletarian and the need for cooperation. They don't know what it means to fight for ideas and put the common good above their own. You have seen all of them through. You guessed why they are sending you to the expedition. They want to eat the best bites when you're not there, despicable people. You have been tightening your belt over the last days, and they still think only about themselves. No such tricks with you. You triumphantly pull tasty provisions from your bosom pocket. You won't let them starve you. You will eat this and that along the way. You will eat this and that along the way, and if something remains, then you will justly share it. Eat all the provisions, you deserve it. Your stomach's rumbling, but we must be solidarity. Fucking Vadim leaves camp and is like, fuck everybody. They're ruining everything. I'm keeping everybody together. Oh, they're trying to starve me. That's why they're sending me out alone. I eat all the provisions. Please, Vadim, set a good example. Don't complain about everybody and then just eat all the food. It's hard, but you have to give an example. You will only eat the portion necessary for the trip and bring the rest back to camp. I don't even have any. I don't know if it was then looking at what was in my inventory for shit to eat, but I should have almost just said, yeah, eat everything, Vadim, seeing as you have nothing with you right now anyway. Not really anything impressive here. Continue traveling up. Loss probability. Oh. There would have had it. Just looking at it as is right now, it makes it look like I'm extremely likely to get lost. Vadim, I'm a little bit questioning how well you're able to go expedition out on your own. Can you manage to search here at the Ice River? Or you're gonna get lost? The assumption was good. It is difficult to get lost by the river because you can stick to the riverbed. It's just that the camp is not on the bank, so when you have to go back, the river is no longer helpful. It's getting dark and it becomes clear that you will not be able to break through the moors and the woods in the dark. You need to arrange accommodation so that the cold wind from the water didn't bother you too much. Alright, I make a makeshift campfire. It has been a good decision. The fire warms you up nicely and the renegades don't venture that far. At least not at night. You have arranged so much brushwood that the fire will die out just before dawn and you lie down to rest. So it looks like I don't think that is going to count then for my expedition. I was hoping I was going to be able to explore this so I could complete this quest, but it seems like that's not gonna happen. That's a shame. Well, now we only have 3 people at camp tonight. I think what we'll do, since Zofia doesn't have any status on her, I'm going to make her filter some water. As then I can take said water and slap it over to Grigory here. And since he's still a little bit hungry, what shall I feed him? I could go ahead and just give him some beans, but could also keep the beans in order to make more soup. I give him moss instead. Uh-oh. Now he's got indigestion. The character with indigestion will lose some morale at night. You can speed up healing with some drinks like tea or vodka. Well, he does like vodka, and he did procure that bottle the other day. There you go. Now he's drunk instead of get some indigestion. However, because of his drunkard trait, that's not a bad thing, because then he can gain some morale. Okay. let's go ahead. I'm not sure. Can I see if I click on them? Yeah, fatigue's at 18. His is at 21. And hers is 12. So we'll go ahead and make Dimitri rest then. There you go, Dimitri. Have a good nap. What I need to do is upgrade that shelter so we can have multiple people sleep at night. What is today but yesterday's tomorrow? How conflicting. Thank you, Great Hurt, for resubscribing for 13 months. Oh my god, so long. Appreciated. Very nice, thank you. That also reminds me of one of the Alice in Wonderland movies where it's a song. Jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, but never ever jam today. Here, hang on. Before I make him sleep, actually, seeing as I am going to make him sleep, I want to have him do an action. I keep clicking on him. I need to click on the camp so I can cancel his rest. What I'm going to have you do is process shit. Mr. Krabs is filled with words of wisdom. Is that who said that line? I need to go out and just fucking watch SpongeBob. That's what I should do. While I'm drawing and shit, is just play episodes of SpongeBob, is so when people fucking make the SpongeBob references, I know what the fuck they're talking about. Thing is, everyone's always like, SpongeBob is great! Especially the earlier seasons of it. Then I can at least get it. Now, what can I process? We can do some... Ooh, here we go. We're gonna split up some wood. Actually, I have the... I only have 2 branches. It almost would be better to wait when I've got this many wood logs. I can only do 4 at a time, it looks like, though, which is fine. Go ahead and split those logs, my man. Actually, I pause. I think I would prefer to get the planks. I don't think he was very happy with that action. I think his, perfection might have decreased that. I think if he probably had 2 points there, he might have lost 1. I don't know. Regardless, alright, Dimitri. You did some work. Go ahead and get some rest. And now, I will end my day. SpongeBob Twitch watch party. I can't do that. That would definitely be against Twitch toss. Robot Mr. Krabs episode, is that where your reference is from specifically? Wow. I write it down definitely. You can hear me definitely writing it down at the moment. That way I can watch it later. Have you noticed? We haven't talked about politics for a long time. Is he railroading me into this conversation? Such spite. Vadim is not here, but that's no reason to mock him. What? Since Vadim left, since Vadim's always like, the proletariat, the bourgeoisie, since he's gone now, Dimitri's over here like, finally, now we're finally not talking about politics. Oh my god. Oh, he gained friendship points with Vadim because of that. Oh. Every opportunity is good for it. His constant agitating is getting on my nerves. But he's a valuable ally. Well, let's hope he comes back by morning. Can't deny his skills and enthusiasm for work. In my book, agitating and living Vadim is better than a silent dead one. Oh, he got some trust and friendship. He got trust with Vadim and friendship with Gregory. Oh. Dimitri's discipline. What is your discipline, Dimitri? I know you might have thought about leaving the camp, but you must know, our chances of survival increase when we are in a group. Hang on, I'm doing the wrong voice for him. I know you might have thought about leaving the camp, but you must know our chances of survival increase when we are in a group. Escaping is a sentence not only for yourself, but for the rest of us. You sound like a real gendarme. However you pronounce that. Maybe, but what's wrong with that? Now I'm trying to find a way to organize the camp well. What if we don't obey? Okay, that's understandable, but please don't treat us as deserters. We're a team. We're not deserters in the army. There is nothing funny about relaxing discipline. This is the first step to defeatism and panic. The sooner we understand it, the better chance we have to survive. This guy is just constantly like, we gotta keep serious, guys. War. Battle. Deserting soldiers, that's us, essentially. We must survive. Work hard. You really were a gendarme. An officer, I suppose. The captain of the military police and the special corps of the 11th Army. Fancy. What? 11th Army? Doesn't tell me anything. Did you shoot cannons? Or maybe flew airplanes? Actually, we just worked in the back behind everybody. We didn't really do anything. We'll talk about it on another occasion. Now we must focus on survival. Whether you want it or not, I'm going to get us out of this misery. Real fancy pants officer? Maybe. What if the 11th Army is some shitty division that essentially doesn't do anything? Ooh. Wow. I see every set of 2 statuses. I have to go through a morale test. And fucking hell. Both Dimitri and Vadim passed. However, Grigory over here, he did not. Grigory. Okay. Expedition returned to camp. This is what he found. A bunch of trash. Found essentially nothing. Worthless. Uh-oh. Everybody's really cold. I need to make up the palisade. That way they can get some warmth. I'm gonna peek out at the expedition real quick. I see right now the guy's over here exploring. So let's see. I want to definitely increase my shelter because this shit is about to fall apart. So provides everyone in the camp with a bit of a wind protection. That would be pretty good. Isolated bed. 2 people can rest in the shelter at the same time during the day. Additionally, rest reduces more fatigue. So this is what I want. Oh. This is what I want. It's not what I'm going to get. I can't even make this level. I don't have enough supplies. How about... Oh, I can make this simple cover, though. That's nice. We'll go ahead and do that, then. 1 rock. And some wood. Then we're gonna have you. I want her to go on an expedition, I think. Though, then again... Maybe we'll go ahead and have Vadim and Dimitri go out. Uh-oh, they don't like each other. That's a shame. Well, you're working on it anyway. Okay. Now they'll be able to have some extra frost protection. I'm going to want to make up some food here, so we want to use Zofia for that. Have 5 water right now, so we're going... I think what we'll do is I'm going to grab Grigory here, and we're going to filter some water. Actually, you know what? Because I'm wanting to go out an expedition anyway, we're gonna... Oops, that's not what I want. We want an expedition, not end of the day. We are going to send some people out. Did I make a knife? Let me make a knife first. tools, knife. Oh, wait, I forgot that I don't have any string. God damn it. Okay, fine. We go out. Hang on. I keep changing my mind. I'm like, wait, I could maybe make this thing. I've got a fishing rod. Don't have enough string. I can make the... Can't make the torch, I guess, because I don't have any string. Okay, we're going out to expedition now. Hopefully he doesn't die, because he's very cold. Let's go, team. They are not very friendly to each other, though. Well, tough luck, boys, because you both got the 3 AP. Here's your hammer. I'm not sure if bringing the hammer is actually useful or not. Let's go ahead and just send the 2 of them out. Just in case they get lost, and I want them... and I want to build more things at the camp. So, I send the 2 of them out. I don't really care about exploring here. Moss, poisonous mushrooms, stones. Sticks, spark needles, poisonous mushrooms. I'm gonna explore here now, because I haven't explored here yet, and I would like to know what type of resources are here. Bone, needles, stones. Okay. We'll go up to the river. You reach the river that you have seen from the train windows before the crash. The riverbed is wider than you have expected. It could be the Slinga or some important influent of it. Although water is still flowing in the middle, most of the surface is covered with shuga and fallen snow slush, which form solid ice at the banks. All ideas about escaping that seemed good by the fire now seem dubious. And hello there, slave to the nuggets, and welcome to the stream. Alright, how about... I'm almost concerned that if I go with check the ice strength, that we're gonna test it ourselves with our human flesh bodies, and one of us is gonna fall through the ice, but we're going to do it anyway. They both got some frost points. Oops. You have carefully approached the edge in the least steep place. At this time of year, the ice doesn't bind the entire width of the river, but it looks quite solid at the shore. At least, it doesn't crack after a stone is thrown. However, there is no reason to check its strength. You can see that the coastal cover does not stretch along the entire length of the river, but only accumulates in the bends in places with a slower current. The sleigh trip would end after a few dozen arshins. There is, however, one positive side. You can still see the fish in the water if you even managed to get a lump of ice with a trapped mule. It is worth coming back here later with some woven fish trap. That means we need to get a fishing pole and we can go fishing over here later. I'm gonna call it a day now. Wind and frost are much more noticeable by the river. You think it is wise to come back among the trees before you catch a cold, because I already know that him over here is freezing. So, yeah, you can see he's got some hypothermia. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, look at his frost level. That's not good. That's not good. Let's go ahead and search the river. We got a little bit of water. Unfortunately, no string. Oh, are we coming? Beehive? Blueberries, says one of you, then laughs when the other begins to look around the ground. I don't mean the plants. That's what you say about forest bees. Look. Chat, apparently you call forest bees blueberries? Huh? And my day has been just fine. Hope yours has been alright too, Nuggets. Indeed, a few insects are flying slowly in the air. They seem to be flying around the cracked stump. Carefully look at the beehive. Most of the bees have already clumped and are planning their wintering. Maybe it's worth the risk and get some honey out? Do you think it just takes health if we do try it? Because, I look around. I'm a gambling man. I try and get some honey. Uh-oh. They both got stung. Oh, no! There goes their health. Bees, however, have not been as sleepy as they might have seemed. They defend their forest house with extreme ferocity. Enriched by the new experience and solidly stung, you run away. Oops. Let's search this again. Oh, I found some berries. I did not get any water from this pond, though. Now, Vadim still has one more character action. If I go over into here... Hang on, do you see this, chat? It looks like there's a little house right here. I'd like to go explore that if I can make it. You barely come out to a more open area, and suddenly a hare leaps from a nearby clump. I try and catch it. I missed. The rabbit got away. Rip. Oh, hell yeah. Got the string. Oh my god. I got charcoal too. It's too bad that I've already set up that filter for my campfire. Otherwise, I'd be able to use that. Now I know, though, that the cottage here has some charcoal at it. My loss probabilities at 18%. Addition AP needed to avoid getting lost, 0 to 1. So I think we can still explore a little bit more. And if I get lost, I should only take 1 point, I think. Let's go over here. Oh, and there went my character action, so this is going to end it for today. Got a good amount of beans. Uh-oh. My pockets are full. Oh, fuck the moss. Moss is gone. I take beans. I'm gonna say I can ditch the pine cones. I'd rather take the sharp stone over that, since pine cones just used for fuel, and I've got plenty of sticks and shit. I'll look at my inventory. I actually don't have that much wood. The only wood item I have, really, are the needles. But I do have a lot of wood, or at least a decent amount back at camp, so we'll go ahead and stay with this. Alright, guys, I'm back. With Vadim over here. Poor Vadim, fucking freezing. So let's see what we're doing now. There are a couple of things I'm wanting to do. I got that canvas, so now I'm going to want to process that. However, the only action points we have right now are him and her. Sophia and Gregory, and we want to make food that's high priority. It's definitely what I want to do first, and we're going to have Zofia do that. So what shall we make? The delicious stew. We don't have any meat. We don't have any meat. Does fish count as meat? It does. It takes 2 meat. Or is worth 2 meat. I don't think there's any food, though, that applies for that. I can grill the fish. It does take an action point, and I don't think I want to use that tonight. Let's go ahead and use up my mushrooms here before they spoil to make some mushroom soup, because then everybody can have some of that. Oh, and she also did not lose AP. She gained back AP, so essentially when it's the case of has a chance to gain AP is really just you don't use any when you perform this action. Plus, the mushroom soup is good because it reduces their cold level too. You can see now he, instead of being in the red, is in orange. Okay. Now everybody is full and fed. And The only thirst level we have, it looks like, is on Gregory here. So we'll give him a water point. Oh. Okay. And I'm going to have her, or Vadim, rest here, because he's also orange on fatigue. So let's have Grigory. Can I make that limp brace now? Because I've got that singular string, and I found one rag. So I would like to dress... Oh, wait, what? Okay, this character has a slight chance of failure in any action. Why? Why are you doing this to me, Grigory? I weep. Okay. But now I have that. I can grab that limb brace. Where is it at? Where is it at? Do I have to slap him? Here we go. Just, alright, excellent. And now he's fixed, chat. Has been almost a week. I don't know how close we were getting until it was going to cause a permanent problem, but I've got it now, so thank God. And hello there, Mr. Chattington, and welcome to the stream. No clumsy people allowed? Unfortunately, I think it's better to have a clumsy person than lose the person completely, so... he's staying. I'm gonna have her go ahead and make some more water. And that will end our day. We're going to go ahead and grab him, slap him down so he can rest. That'll be it. Wait. I need to make the campfire a lot warmer since everyone's fucking freezing. Where was the renegade on this map? 2 spaces away. I don't know if the renegade person being closer makes it more or less likely. Like, if they have to be close, we've got some extreme visibility here. Jesus Christ. Well, here we go. I end the day. Let's talk about the Fool's Paradise. I have to praise you, Gregory. You're in exceptionally good shape, considering the circumstances. Well, do you insinuate something, Captain? I just care about our little unit. I love that he's just always looking at us as soldiers, calling us the unit. Hell. I missed the plot. Why are they sleeping outside in the snow? Well, we were on a train. The train crashed. And so now we're out here in snow area. Or the train didn't just crash. The renegades, blew up the train. They caused an explosion. Train was damaged, threw everyone off. And now here we are out in the winter wild. Trying not to freeze to death or starve or, you know, just generally trying not to die. Unit, Captain, we're not in the army. You're exaggerating with these military habits. And if you would let us off the hook a little, you would find that civilians can be useful. I've never thought it would be different. Old habits are hard to get out of a man's mind. You probably know it best, he says, looking at the bottle of alcohol in Grigory's hand. What habits? We're going to just say thank you for the rare words of appreciation. I try as I can. Thank you for the words of appreciation so rare from the mouth of the captain. What is behind them? He's suspicious now. Renegades? Likely story. It was the Wild Snow Yeti, of course. The Wild Snow Yeti, known for loving set off explosions. What if the renegades are just Yetis with guns? That would be concerning. Rigorine, now it's you who is insinuating something. Can't you just praise the drunkard when sober? I respect such honesty. What if we just straight ask about let's seek better shelter? Listen, I have an idea. The tracks on this section have been built recently, and every few dozen versts there should be a hut of workers who are cutting down the railroad ties. This is gonna be that cabin I already visited. Wow, perfect idea. So we just have to explore the area within a dozen of versts, right? He asks sarcastically. And hello there, Baldir, and welcome to the stream. Explore it yourself if you want to. If you raised a finger to do a decent job, you might know that it's worth checking the tracks. There are no loggers' huts by the tracks. But there are markings for the commissioners. The mile marking on one of the ties should tell us where to look for the workshop. Oh, okay. Now you're talking. So let's check the tracks immediately. Such a forest hut will not only be a better shelter, but probably some equipment has been left in it. Why are you talking about it just now? Talk all the time, but nobody is listening to me. Here... I think his name was Alexi, who's just been over there blabbing off on this shit, and nobody pays attention to him because he just talks so much. Or Vadim was his name, yes. Alright, so Vadim up here has failed his morality test, and I call this morality. Morale and morality, the two different terms really there. Not quite the same, not the same type of morals. It's morale, not moral. Result is 2 for him. This seems like a cozy bonfire. Yeah, come on over. Get comfy around it. Got your blanket all nice and comfy. And thank you for following, Boykin. Appreciated. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and give everyone some water since everybody's thirsty here. Though then again, if I made up that soup, I wonder if that would be just... No. Looks like thirst level is pretty high, so I'd probably need soup. I don't know if I could even make any soup. Or at least mushroom soup, because all I've got left are poisonous mushrooms. I wonder what happens if you use poisonous mushrooms in mushroom soup. If it just negates their existence, if it really matters. I cooked the mushroom soup. I look at mushroom soup in inventory. Oh, yeah, suspicious soup. We have a chance that the soup will be okay. But is it worth the risk? Time to make some antidote. It says some soup from edible plus mushrooms. I mean, come on! Just negate the poison by cooking it. Oops. I should have given the food over here to Gregory since he's the one with the big hunger. Well, let's go ahead and give everybody 1 spot of water. Alright, next we need to fix up their hunger. So, do I have any? I do have lots of beans. Guess what, guys? Everybody gets some beans. Tasty, right? Oh, you're still hungry? Fucking hell. Extra beans for you, I guess. You're still hungry? Ugh. Whiners. Oh, you know what? I had some berries. I should have given them the berries because those are only at half. I think tomorrow, actually, my raw fish is also going to expire. So I'm going to go ahead and grill my fish. What if we feed the soup to the wild animals so we could eat them? Put down poison soup for animals as bait. Animal eats poison soup. We eat animals. Not to concern you, but chat is also hungry. Don't worry, that's why I keep the moss here. I grab the moss. I put a little bit of bug on the moss as means of protein. And then I hand it to chat. There you go, chat. Some moss and bugs. Delicious, right? I know how much you like it. Look for woodcutter's markings on the railway decks. Well, we've got one guy here and one guy here. If we avoid them, I think we might be able to explore some of the railroad down here. Let's find out. Alright. Oh my goodness. I kind of like this. I put them both out here. Grigory looks over at Dimitri and is like, oh my god. He's so competent. Dimitri looks over at Gregory and he just shakes his head. He is not very skillful or competent. Moss burrito with bug filling. Tasty. Or perhaps it's like having a bug sandwich. A piece of moss, bug, piece of moss, and there you go. I wonder if I can either get a lamp or if I can just straight use this lamp oil, because I could bring it in my bundle. Well, off they go. Good luck. Whoa. There's a lot of train to explore. Oh. Okay. You get near the tracks. In fact, on some railway decks, there are signs that you've talked about earlier. You find information about the type of wood and date of felling, as well as the names of the inspectors. Sometimes even vulgar signs of the employees. Recent dates indicate felling west of the place where you are. However, felling doesn't have to mean the place where the woodcutters slept. They certainly cleared wood from the whole area, and they could have their shelter even a few verses away. Let's look for information on the felon. Ooh, he got some morale out of that. Was they bug a mosquito? And since it was the bugs and the like? Wow. Cal, thank you. Amazing. With the bug moss puns. And then we think about the marks that were drawn on the railroad track. Yup. Penis drawings! Thanks, workers! Some workers were carving marks to mark down. Clearly, some workers were carving the marks down to count the working days. They drew little pictures of penises that count too. Or obscene signs on the decks. The penises! But one of the notes especially catches your attention. The woodcutter crew has left sign for some hiding place. Ooh. Pass me the mustard. Another pun. Because it's like mustard and moss? But it doesn't involve bugs, so you get minus a point. Sorry. But you get one clown honk instead. You know, the aliens might find us after we're extinct, after human life is all gone, but they will know what our genitalia looked like. I mean, then again, if they looked at many other flesh creatures, they could probably draw conclusions about what our genitalia looked like. If they could even figure it out at all, I guess that somewhat depends on how those aliens are reproducing. So, there was some hiding place. Maybe they had to hide the contraband from the felony inspector and planned to return for it during the route maintenance. Railway decks in this section were laid for only a few months, so there is a chance that the treasure is still at the clearing. It's worth visiting the western section. Oh, right, and there it is. There are burned direction and distance markings on one of the decks. You must look for a workshop about half a day's march northeast of your current camp. Great. If the hut is away from the tracks, then maybe it has escaped the attention of the renegades. Anyway, you think thugs are sticking to the area south of the wreck. Now let's go ahead and explore the luggage car. Oh, got some rags, string, scrap metal, vodka. That's pretty good finds. So now my quest goals, we've got one right here, which is especially dangerous because it's right next to this renegade dude. And then up at the hut is back where we want to explore next. I'm going to go over in this direction for continued exploration. Exploring another region of the inhospitable forest, you come across strange tracks. They are fresh and clear, but you watch them for a very long time, and with growing consternation, you don't need great perceptiveness to notice that 3 limbs have left them. 1 shod and 2 with hooves. You come to the conclusion that either a 1-legged man wandered this way in the company of a 2-legged deer, or a 3-legged deer walked in 1 shoe. Ultimately, it could be a 1-legged person supported with 2 canes from deer legs, or I'm just looking at these and I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? I then just leave, confused. It looks like there's an animal here. I got another event because of the animal. What a surprise. You see a strange animal resembling a deer or a small doe at the nearby grove. It has no antlers and its protruding ears bring a hare to mind more than a proud deer. Must be a Siberian musk deer, a timid creature often hunted for its fragrant secretions. Well, right now you're more interested in its meat and fur. Well, I might as well try and get closer, and I spooked it. Well, let's continue exploring. Finally getting what I can get out of here. War rags and scrap metal, very good. What's our loss? We're at 1 AP point, so I think we should be able to sneak. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Ooh, marl root tincture of this herb should add a lot of energy. Okay. I don't think I will run into these, like the people, unless I actually get lost or something, and I'm pretty sure I have enough action points in order to prevent getting lost right now. Let's go ahead and explore here. Got a fucking lot of scrap metal from this too. So let's go ahead and just return to camp at this point so that we're not... I look at my loss probability. I look around me. I run into the animal. I catch the animal. It caught me. It got away. That's fine, I just want to explore this section. Which is great that I did that because I got a fucking canvas. Hell yeah. That's a lot of rags. What was it, like fucking 8 or something? Why is Prince Zuko in Russia? That's a good question. And hello there, RRCPF, and welcome to the stream. It might depend on forest cover for chance of getting discovered by the... I'm going to say that if you mean both the forest, like the animals and the people, I could see both of them being impacted on what kind of square you're on. That could also be why some of them have that safety level of, you know, like the average or risky, insignificant, whatever. Also notice how in this portrait, the scar is on his left eye, but over here, because the portrait is swapped, it's on his right. Because it's easier to just draw the one portrait and then just, you know, do a horizontal flip of your image. Then you don't have to draw two. But then if you have particular features like that, it does cause them to get flipped also. And now we're back at camp. Alright, now we have lots of shit. So we're going to do a little bit of... Let's start with making tools, because then we can use these tools to process other things. So we'll go ahead. Now who do I want to have make something? We'll make Vadim do it. The only explanation is that they are twins. Oh, there's two Dimitris. Okay. Now I found some string. I think what I would prefer to do... I've got 6 rags. I'm going to hold off on processing the canvas for the moment. Okay, I'm considering what I can do here. I haven't found a lot of food. So I might want to make some... say bows and arrows, some weapon pieces so I can go hunting with them. Even getting the harpoon so I could go fishing with harpoon. If I made just straight the fishing pole. And, ooh, no, I can't do the fishing pole because I don't have enough string for that. I would have to take the canvas and cut more string. Might do that. Gotta go catch your train? Alright, Gloskin, if you say so. But thanks for coming by. I hope you have a nice day. There's lots of different options for what I want to do. I think the best thing is to make it so that I can have 2 beds here so I can rest more. And I do have enough materials of just straight rags to make bed. Requires 4 wood. And I think it would be best... I could use the sticks here. Hang on, let me go back over and look back at my bench. Because I don't think I've made an axe tool. I feel like that is a tool I'm able to make. But then again, it's possible that I might need to upgrade something over here. It says skin the game. Let's see, this one. Metal Workshop is what unlocks the axe. So I think I'll just wait on that. Come back over here. And go back to making the bed. Wood. Ooh. Fucking, since I really have this plank so I could use for building, I'm just gonna go and use this wood that I've got for building. Then I can keep the sticks and shit for other things. Okay. Since we're building solid, I'm going to take Dimitri. And let's see. Does he get along with anybody? Not that guy. How about Vadim? Nope, they hate each other. Can't work with Zofia. So unfortunately, Dimitri's not really friends with anybody. Let's go ahead and just have the 2 of them make this. All right. So now I can have 2 people rest at the shelter at the same time. And now we've only got Vadim here able to do anything. And looking at my supplies, I think what I'm going to have him do is filter us some water. There we go. Excellent. So, since both Grigory and Zofia are the ones with the highest fatigue, they've got the little markers, we're gonna have the 2 of them rest. And there we go. Sleep well. I'm not going to increase my fire, even though I can see Vadim over here is pretty cold. I'm gonna keep it low. Try and keep down my camp visibility, since we do have those renegade people walking around. I like we've got this let's move to the train wreck quest after I was already down there exploring it. I guess I might as well grab that. That's the only thing with going out on these expeditions and not hitting some of these conversation marks, is then I already explored that space, and now I've got a quest to go back. Being in the woods is a stupidity. We don't have a decent roof or walls here. We are also sitting on some makeshift. Who's gonna say shit? Well, well, well. During the day, proletarians unite, and at night, quests getting in my way. Let me hide that. And at night, we are fed up with the makeshift? And what about the far-reaching plans to build a decent shelter and palisade? I look over at my shelter, but I just made some extra bed spot for that. I know I didn't set the palisade yet, but I point to the bed again. Beds! This game doesn't have enough hugging? I agree, there should be more hugging. Where's my friendship camaraderie? I suggest that we move the hideout to one of the cars. There will be time for social work, and, in the meantime, we will have a decent roof over our heads and walls protecting against the blizzard. I don't know if hiding in a train car would be, a great idea. Seems like the renegades would find us a lot faster if we did that. I wonder if I answer this, if it keeps me from gaining that quest. I'm very curious. I keep answering the, yeah, sure, rather than the dubious one. So I'm going to try answering dubiously this time. Maybe from the blizzard, but not from the thugs. We will draw their attention as soon as we light a fire. Without a fire, we will not filter the water or survive the frost. Well, you always have to know better. Lost the thumbs up. Yep, so it looks like that keeps me from gaining the quest. And it also reduces the thumbs up points. I wonder if negotiating with the renegades is an option. What happens if I select that? Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking the wrong approach. Instead of hiding and deteriorating in the cold, we should try to talk sense into the thugs. Well, you're talking nonsense, Zofia. I think malnutrition has harmed you. Next time, eat something before you speak. It's like, oh my god. You're not yourself. Oh no, I don't want advertisements. I grab it and I throw it out. Okay. Yes, I know you haven't been taught manners, but you don't have to remind me of it all the time. These people derailed the train for a specific purpose, to rob whatever they can, not just for bloodlust. Let's collect what we have precious and buy our security. Try? What, alone? Am I telling her to do it herself? Fine, you can try, but you have to go do it yourself. Chat, are we gonna risk Zofia and send her off to negotiate? Potentially killing her? I select that option. Okay, I suggest a small bet then. You will go to them alone and suggest negotiations. If you come back alive, I will eat my shoes. That doesn't sound like a fair bet. You will eat your shoes if you run out of bark and roots. Puh. And in the meantime, I will be eating cured pork with the boss of the butchers. Sophia wants to get along with the renegades herself. Got 3 days for it, huh? And Grigory failed his morale test. Okay, day 8. That means, chat, we made it a week out here. That's doing pretty alright. Right? I think what I'm going to do is I might just have Zofia go out on her own to expedition. I think that's the bonus of having 2 people go out to expedition at the same time, is that you have a larger... Oh, wait, hang on. Renegades nearby? Uh-oh. We're gonna have to keep our campfire low. I think then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade the palisade. We're going to also... Let's go ahead and focus on just staying at camp for today, I think. Vadim, let's go ahead. No, Grigory. Yeah. Grigory, I'm gonna have you filter some water. Don't be clumsy and ruin it, though. Can we go home now? I'm sorry, we're waiting for someone to come save us. Okay, lots of water now. Look at that, fucking 18 water. Hell yeah. Alright. What can I make? Can't do eggs, don't have any eggs. Can't do fruit tea, no. Oh, my berry's spoiled? Oh. Shame. Herbal tea, delicious soup. Now I want to do mushroom soup. Oh no, I don't have any mushrooms to cook with, do I? Okay, that means I can do delicious soup because I have just enough edible roots to make it. Not with you, though. Get over here, Zofia. Our Uber driver isn't here yet. We called them months ago. It's probably all the snow. They're all getting stuck in it. Alright, soup. We're gonna give it to the 3 of them. So not Dimitri. Everybody else gets the soup. And then everyone can have some water. What's his water levels at? Oh, thirst 23. Let's see how much that affects it. 23 down to 3. So 1 drop of water. I assume then each of the little dots equates to 10 units on here. That's snow? Well, yeah, this is snow. Alright, and we still have him over here, slightly hungry. What am I going to feed you? What did it take to make the antidote again? Golden root and water. Because I could feed him my poison soup and then just give him the antidote right afterwards, no problem. Come back to that, maybe. Let's, make some shit here. Metal workshop. Alright. I've only got the 1 canvas, so I can't do a shit ton. Let's see, I've only got 2 string, 2 rags. Let me take a peek. What else can we make? Actually, Let's make the palisade. That's probably what we want the most because that's going to reduce... Okay, so palisade. The fence reduces damage of the camp structures caused by bad weather. In addition, it provides everyone in the camp with additional wind protection. So this is good. Keep us a little bit warmer. Though, if I hover over camp visibility, I can see also that camp structures do increase it. It's possible that building the fence might increase our visibility too much. We could always put out the fire, though. Nobody's really cold. I might just totally put out the fire. Let's go ahead and build the palisade. We need a lot of wood for it. Fortunately, the planks work very well for that. And then we need some structure. We've got lots of stones. We'll go ahead and use that. More structure. Another stone. Okay. Look at that. If I had just him work on that, look at that quality. Oh my god. Actually, it seems like if you have any singular person work on it. Now, they hate each other. Can I have anybody work together that likes each other? They also hate each other. How about the two of them? Nope, they don't like each other either. What if I improve the relationship of them first? And then I go have them build up there. I feel like Dimitri's becoming the, like, getting along with everybody the best. Oh, see, we have to rely on each other very high. Camp morale plus 10 now. Oh. I don't know. It's letting me pick either option. It defaulted the knife in here. I'm not sure which one's better. I'm gonna use hammer. Or does it show up there, quality? If either one has more of an impact than the other, that's lining up just a little bit past where that leaf is. It seems like they do the same amount, so it doesn't really matter which tool I use. I guess I'll just leave the knife then, and we'll go ahead and upgrade. Okay, my camp visibility has not gone up as a result of the structures, so that's good. I'm also going to go ahead and peek. What else can I make now that I've got the palisade? We've got marked paths, snares, and more palisade. The palisade further reduces damage to the camp structures caused by bad weather. Snares make it possible to set up the traps, which give a chance to catch smaller animals. We could do that and then have the potential to catch little animals. And then solid marked paths, thanks to knowing the area, fast trips beyond the camp providing a small number of basic resources are possible. Blocks the action, gather brushwood. So rather than going out on an expedition to get some little basic materials, we would be able to use this action instead. I'm going to go with the animals since right now I feel like I'm having the largest problem with food. So if I have these traps that I could collect from, however, this is going to make Dimitri mad because we're doing the same action again and he's got that short attention span. Gonna do it anyway. Sorry. Oh, fucking -20? Holy shit. That really affects his morale. Alright. So, there's that. So now we can check snares here. Uh-oh. He's hungry over here now. Oh, no, he's been hungry, hasn't he? And what if I had thought, I thought about the case. Well, we're just gonna make an antidote. Got some golden roots here. I make the antidote. I feed Dimitri the poison soup. Oh my god, look, he didn't even get poisoned, chat, no problem. He's fine. He's fine. Now, what shall we have you do over here? I think we're still going to wait on the fabric alteration. Can we make a... No, we don't have any string. Alright. Fuck it. We're just going to go ahead and process the canvas into strings so we can make some of the items over here. We're also going to need to process some of them their sticks. That way we can make these weapon pieces. Though... bow's not particularly useful, technically, since I don't have enough feathers to make it, but still. We'll make the string, put everybody to sleep. Now, who has the most exhaustion? Fatigue 9, 18, 6, and more. So we're going to have... Vadim. Oop, I need to click rest so it unlocks the extra spot here. And have them rest. A game I've never heard of? Yeah, now you have, maybe. I'm also going to put out the fire so I'm super not visible, so hopefully the renegades don't find me. And welcome, what's it, to the stream. And now we sleep for the night. Oh, I wonder what good... Is this going to be just another alcohol talk? And by good spirit, he means alcoholic spirits. Ugh, what a cold night. We should make a round of moonshine to warm up. That is exactly the kind of spirit that was being referred to. Do we have any alcohol? We should rather keep it for a rainy day. Actually, I think I have like 6 fucking bottles of alcohol. I got a shit ton of it while I was exploring the railroad, I think. Of course they meant alcohol, I know. If the thugs get us today, there is no point saving for tomorrow. When drink is in, wet is out. If we get too intoxicated, the watches will go to hell. We won't get out of this trouble in one piece if we go crazy. We must stay positive and distance from reality. Let fate decide then. Right pocket or left pocket? Left pocket. Fine. Left. Show me, Gregory. What have you hidden there? Oh, what a shot. 2 bottles are clanking against each other because of the cold. Gregory procures, again, 2 bottles of alcohol out of nowhere. I don't know where he keeps getting them. I think maybe we go out on expeditions and he just finds them lying around and collects them up. I don't know. What if, Gregory was actually magic and he's literally able to procure these bottles of alcohol from thin air? Wit was so last year. Drink is hip, baby. Hill. Alright. 1 sip won't hurt. Friendship up! Yay! What is this infernal liquid? Oh, not my drink, because I found it in the luggage compartment. Maybe it's not exquisite brandy from the St. Petersburg salon. But for this land, it's a real delicacy. He's just got a coat strapped full of bottles like some sort of shady watch salesman. That's what it makes it seem like. Vodka scents, and he distills the oxygen into ethanol, no problem. He's the vodka fairy. Oh my god. When I got on the train, something told me it was my last trip. Just instantly, she's like, I knew it, I was going to die. And then he over here is like, it's just 'cause you're fucking old. Let's go ahead and be supportive. Oh, please don't say that. We'll come out of this alive. My morale increases. Oh, dear Dimitri, nothing good is waiting for me on this earth. I've outlived all my relatives, and I don't care what happens to my property. The calculation is simple. There's not enough food. There are too many mouths to feed. It would be simpler if I were dead. And don't tell me that you haven't thought of it. And yet there is this weakness in men that forces them to push their luggage, an ability to finish everything once and for all. Cowardice of survival. I know that I would not be able to take my own life. So I promise you that as long as I breathe, will be as light as burden as possible. Don't worry about my grumbling and don't waste the best bites on me. I like this phrase, which we saw earlier when Vadim had gone off on his own. The best bites on me. Whenever you're having a meal chat, best parts of it, call them the best bites. My camp morale is doing pretty well, though, overall. Grigory, a little bit hungry and thirsty, has now failed his morale check. Alright. Uh-oh. The beetles. The resinous needles, which you laid out in a medical point, attracted the local fauna and, above all, some very curious beetles. It turns out that there's a whole bunch of them under the bed! Oh! You spend the morning catching the filth laboriously. Now the question is, do they taste better than they look? Your team looks down at the beetles. They lick their lips. How do they taste? Did that give me just some beetles bugs into my inventory more, or what? Okay. Okay. Let's see, we've got 10 water. That's pretty good. Everybody's a little bit hungry, but food's not great. My ideal was going over here and being able to make up some weaponry. I do have my knife now, so I can use that if I happen to run into animals. I can just hook my knife at them. Marmalade ground? I take the bugs. I put them into a mortar and pestle. I smash them. I lick the bug paste. Wait, no, I spread it on the moss first. That way I can have it like a moss bug jam bread. Tasty. Okay. Let's start by breaking the materials, and I'm going to make them out of the branches. Get over here. Hang on, he gets the bonus for the resource processing action, so I'm going to use you. Create. Oh, he had a good time. He liked it. Chop, chop, and the wood is chopped. See, he didn't use up his AP point because of it. Oh, perfect. And now I'm going to have Vadim over here. Now the question is, what's better? Harpoon or fishing rod? I do have a shit ton of bugs. I'm kind of curious how that works, honestly. So let's go that course. Vadim, make us a fishing rod. And I'm going to go ahead and make the harpoon too. Go wild, you know? Okay. Ooh. 2 animals? We're gonna send the 2 of them out. Oh my god, look at his credit. I'm pretty sure everybody views him that way. Oop, no, I swapped out the wrong person. That they all look to Dimitri very highly. With Vadim being the lowest point, and still his is pretty good, because on almost every solid structure I've had him work, and building solid structure increases the level of credit. Which is the little thumbs up points. Okay, we're gonna bring along those tools. We've got the knife, we'll give her the harpoon, him the fishing rod, and then we want to bring a whole bunch of bugs. I'm not sure if I can bring, I don't know that I can bring part, but I guess if I lose my bugs, is that really a loss? Send them out. Get the animals. We try and track them down. You almost run into a musk deer. The animal immediately starts to run, but what if I try and throw the harpoon? Do you think the harpoon would work better than the knife? I throw the harpoon at the animal. Oh my god, I think they might have hit it. They did. The wounded animal falls over, raising a cloud of snow. You get to the deer and you finish it off. It looks like you're gonna have a warm stew today. Ooh. Hell yeah. I take it. Oh my god, do you see this? There's fucking 3 renegade people on the map now. Oh my god. I wonder if this day's left to finish means I have tomorrow still to walk into one of the renegades with Zofia. Is that a fox? Oh, eggs! Burrows from the pulled trunks confirm your belief that you came across the place of the last felling. If the record on the railway deck was real, there should be a hiding place. In the moss between 2 young pines of the workers who had to hide something from the inspector in a hurry. You can find crooked pine trees right away, but there is a problem. There's a lot of snow here and the ground is very frozen. It sounds like that I need a shovel in order to dig through this properly. What happens if we just try digging with our hands anyway? You cursed weather, Siberia, the woodcutter in yourself. Rummaging in this heap of snow, frosted moss, and frozen soil on the stone is stupidity. Can there really be something valuable enough in the hidden place to rip your nails? Not worth the trouble. And so I grab a couple of berries and finish up. If I had a shovel, I probably could have gotten through that pretty well. Since I didn't, I did not get through that very well. I head up. Looking at the resources on these different spots on the map. Oh, this one has canvas at low chance right next to my camp. Oh my god. Alright, let's go ahead and get the fox. Reach a grove where birches grow instead of cedars. Forest much clearer. Tracks. Try to catch fox. And then I throw a harpoon. The impact turned the jumping fox in the air. You run to the animal to finish it off as soon as possible, but it turns out to be unnecessary. It's already dead. You wonder how it will taste. Oh, mushrooms? That means I can make mushroom soup. All right, and now that we're up here at the river, we can find out if we're able to go fishing. Or how that will work exactly. Okay. Clay. Ditch the mold. I hate mold. I want to know how I can use this fishing pole. Here I am, along the river. How the fuck do I utilize my fishing pole? Or if it's just even a random chance if I walk along the riverbed, there's just a chance where it will go, hey, guess what? You want to try fishing? Because you can do so. I think I'm going to go ahead, though, and just return to the camp. Because since they've still got some AP here, we can use that to do some extra tasks back at the base camp. For example, because we're going to want to upgrade now for the game flaying point. That way we can chop up the meat that we just collected. Now, who do we want to have work? Don't really like each other. There's something very funny about this, putting him down, and it just being a case of, wow, I love working with you, and he's like, I don't. Poor Gregory, he thought they were friends. Oh. Nobody likes working with him, though. Everybody hates Vadim. Yeah, I don't think I need to do the camp fraternization, I think, with Vadim and do it with everybody else so they can become better friends so they don't all look to him and go, ew. Like, the two of these people in particular, they really don't like each other. Yeah, everybody hates him. Everybody hates him. I'm trying to use other characters other than Dimitri to work because I want to get them some credit. So if they work on the solid structure, they will get credit that way. Rather than making everybody get increased credit with Dimitri when he is already so high with everybody. So let's go with this. Okay, and now we can do some actions of skinning the animal. I suppose. Let's actually have... does this count as a material processing action? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and have him do it. We're gonna fly up the deer, prepare that. Oh, 4 fur. Oh, see, now we've got some lard, so we could make some scrambled eggs, maybe? I found the 2 eggs. I wonder if that's enough to make scrambled eggs. And then he can prepare the other fox. Okay. Now we need to light our fire. And we can't upgrade it, unfortunately, because we could make a solid grill. You can see it unlocks the action smoked meat and unlocks the recipes roast, roasted meat, smoked fish, dried mushrooms. The dried mushrooms would be particularly nice because only the one type of mushroom we can really safely consume. And that seems like it's been a pretty prime piece for quick cooking. Too bad. It looks like we can't actually have the eggs because we need one more. So that sucks. Delicious stew, however. Oh yes, and she kept her AP point. That means I can make 2 delicious stews. Oh, hell yeah. We've got so much fucking meat. Jesus Christ. Oh, she's still good. She can keep going. But I don't need more than that. I don't feel like. Where am I at? 4. Maybe I should just... No, because I don't have a lot of herbs. Never mind. I was going to say maybe I should just keep going, but with 2 golden herbs, I don't know about that. Okay, so I can't roast any of the animals now. I could only just straight roast them. So I need to upgrade my campfire in order to cook any of the meat. So, we're going to go ahead and filter water. Keep our water levels nice and high. Though, then I could, you know, make them chat up, but they already get along so well. I think I'm going to go ahead and just maybe... Hang on. What else can I do? Like, perhaps, you know, I haven't made the torch yet. Oh my god. This pelt has so much material on it. Jesus Christ. We're gonna use a rag and get this material. And pull you out. Create that for me. Now when I go out on the expedition, we should get some better events or better handling of them and the like. Goulash, my favorite stew. Wonderful. And in fact, it's delicious, so it's extra good. That's bear pelt? No. It's fox pelt and deer pelt, because we did not slay a bear. And also, I've just realized that everybody's hungry. I need to feed them the delicious stew that I made. Okay. And then he's thirsty. So go ahead and splash some water on his face. Actually, I'm gonna give him some alcohol. There we go. See, it took out his thirst level. Perfect. I didn't have to use up my water for it. Not the fox's monster. Oh, well. It's right. They may be cute, but you do what you gotta do. And hello, by the way, Wick-Wack, and welcome to the stream. With our singular point left on Dimitri, I'm going to do the filter water. Make sure that stays high so I don't have to worry about everybody dehydrating. And now we will slap, because they both have their little fatigue icons here. We'll slap them both down for the nap. And let's also warm up this fire, because we don't have a renegade person nearby, so visibility shouldn't be a problem, I assume. Where's my mold? I throw the mold in the fire. And then pine cone is only good for fuel, so we'll do the same thing with pine cone. And he's got quite a bit of frost. Let's go ahead and keep adding pine cone and 60%, and we will end our day. All right. Tell me about the whiskey in the jar. I always wondered why vodka could be bought in a restaurant car. After all, the provisional government haven't removed the bans. The prohibition is to last until the end of the war. This is the duplicity of the aristocracy. Oh my god. Gregory's just kind of like, I don't get this. And Vadim just pushes everybody and is like, don't worry, let it be known how it is. All right, this is the duplicity of the aristocracy rule and the bourgeoisie. Before the revolution, no one was allowed to drink vodka, but the rich did what they wanted. Now Kerensky pretends that all privileges have been abolished, but aristocrats drink vodka anyway, only in secret. They pretend it's imported. Oh yes, I saw myself that the chefs poured local moonshine into pretty bottles with English labels. If it is allowed to drink foreign, everything is legal. You can see that Russian people can cope with every ban. Well, you see, dear Gregory, this jam system works so that you have to play games. The Tsar was abusing common people, the provisional government is abusing them. If the Bolsheviks came to power, both war and prohibition would end. And bullying would also end? Will bullying be over, Vadim? No more bullies? Oh, he lost some trust. When the means of production are taken over and used in an egalitarian way, no one will have any reason to bully anyone. The class struggle will end with the oppression. Just like D&D when you accidentally ask for another player's backstory and they just slap down their huge lore book that they've written about themselves and they nod and they say, don't worry, I've got you covered on that question. Well, let's get back to the point. Will vodka come back? I just want my vodka. Lenin will chase officials away and you will be able to buy vodka without any subterfuge. What kind of toast will you raise then? I think for revolution and lifting the prohibition, yes. Yeah, woohoo! See, boom, I knew it. It was going to increase friendship because Vadim over there is all about the revolution and stuff. Vodka-chan, I know. Oh, he just wants no more bullies and to drink alcohol and have a good time. What's the jack of all trades? Oh, just look at those stars. I see the Great Bear, or, as the inhabitants of these regions say, the Great Reindeer. Oh, did you know the customs of the people in this area? Whoa, it's great! Our rescue has just become much more certain. Please forgive me, but you don't look like an ethnology professor. Oh, no, it's not like that. I am not a researcher of primitive people. Although I traveled a bit in Siberia, I just know the stars. I have it from college. Day 9, I thought help was coming tomorrow. I mean, help is coming tomorrow. Tomorrow just hasn't arrived yet. It just keeps becoming today. Are you an astronomer? Well, this is also great news. When we move towards civilization, your knowledge will help determine our location. Well, no, I haven't actually finished these studies. Before you'll ask, the same as medicine, philosophy, and economics. I've only taken, a class or two, maybe listened to someone talk about it, and that's about it. Who paid for your studies? How did your family react to such a carefree approach to life? What did you do at the university anyway? I was developing! I absorbed knowledge about the world, but above all about people. Contact with so many open minds showed me from what hard problems our society is suffering. Nothing good comes from these universities. Just subversive ideas and future murderers, such as those we had the misfortune to meet. The university is a breeding ground for the mind, a place where different classes and nationalities meet without fetters of superstition and etiquette. I was thrown out of 4 faculties, but I owe more to these failures than other successes. But at least you read the directions of the world from the locations of the stars? Yeah, but I was taught that by my uncle the sailor. Boy howdy. Thanks, Uncle the Sailor. Oh, it's been days, but finally, I got one where everybody passed their morale test. Uh-oh, the troublesome branch. The day started with heavy wind, and a heavy branch broke off from one of the nearby trees. It fell straight onto your shelter, but luckily no one was inside. The hatch is in a miserable condition. You will have to roll up your sleeves and improve the structure today. I think that just did a bunch of damage, destruction to my shelter. I think the quality here implies, like, if it hits 0, it breaks. I think. Now, hang on. Well, shit. I lost the opportunity for Zofia to go out and attempt to negotiate with the renegades. I was kind of hoping to do that today, but no. Timer wore out. I wasn't sure exactly how that timer was counting. Hell. Let's go ahead and go out on the expedition so I can go out and check out the cottage, because that's where the quest is. Let's go see what's happening. Then expedition. Seeing as they both got that little friendship boost, I'm gonna send the two of them out. Go wild, boys. I'm gonna stop at the animal first and see if I can slay it, though. I failed. You're clumsy losers, not hunters! So many tracks and you can't locate a deer anyway. You'll probably have to eat rootlets and mushrooms. Oh, I don't even get normal roots. I get rootlets. I'm not a clumsy loser. Oh. I continue on towards the burnt cottage. Sadly. However, I'm gonna take a quick pause and explore this safe zone. Ooh, lots of edible roots. That's good, because that's vegetables. And I also got some garlic. Clumsy looter point of view, I know. Just go out trying to hunt down some animals and then you fail. You look down sadly. This is what it looks like to be a clumsy loser. You reach the place indicated by the woodcutter's marking. Further north, the road is blocked by a rocky cliff, from which an avalanche probably rolled down quite nicely. It doesn't look good. I should have brought along a shovel. You decide to go down to the covered alley. Probably a makeshift road led here, which was used by construction workers. It is possible that on the other side of the massif, there is a river harbor where heavy equipment was unloaded. Unfortunately, the pass is now full of snow, frozen earth, and broken trees. At the edge of the landslide, you can see the remains of a wooden wall and an overturned chimney. No one will rather stay here for the night. You approach the ruins. It looks as if an avalanche easily moved the cottage by a few or even several dozen arshins. The foundations must be deep under the snow, and there's no chance to get to them. Maybe something will be found in the shallow part at least? I search. Digging in a landslide can be dangerous, but what is not dangerous in your situation? Yeah, just basically anything could kill you. You gotta go do a couple of things, Nuggets. That's fine. Have a nice day. Thanks for stopping by and watch for a bit. You remove the heaps to the side where you can stand stably and check the buried ruins. Surely you can dig out a lot of the solid wood for the construction of the camp or just for fuel, but the area does not look safe enough to be worth moving here. You'll have to organize several expeditions. The logs are too heavy to take everything at once. Maybe you will find some tools, clothes, or supplies the next digging up. Or perhaps if I come back here, I wonder if I could come back with a shovel and that give me different chances to find things. I don't know. I did find a couple of rags and a shit ton of string, so that's nice. I'm going to go here and see if I can find some canvas. Uh-oh. Chat. The renegades approach. When in danger, the body sometimes acts instinctively and the mind records events with a certain delay. It seems to you that first the ricochet chipped off a piece of bark right next to you, and only then you heard the bang of the shot echoed through the wide valley. Another bullet hit the frozen embankment, accidentally creating a sophisticated shape in clay. Only then did you start to run. Bullets are whistling over your heads, but you run without stopping. You manage to fall between the snow heaps, but this is only a temporary asylum. The renegades do not give up and run towards you. You see with horror that you leave a trace of blood on the ground. I run towards the trees. You reach a grove among the flying balls. When you fall between the trees, the shots stop. However, you run on, whipped by branches, almost spitting out in your lungs. Finally, you slide into the cold snow, exhausted and with no will to fighting for your life anymore. What will be, will be. This time, you've made it. The thugs must have lost the track, or they didn't want to go through the thicket. When you realize that the threat is over, you get new strength and return to the camp as soon as possible. Woof! Both of them made it back safely then. Woo! Alright, now you know. If you're next to one of these guys, they might just move on to you. And now, poor Gregory over here is super fatigued. Vadim is super fatigued. He's also got an in shock. A shocked character loses morale while performing an action. Uh-oh. I think then we're just gonna go ahead and let him rest. So, Zofia, hang on. Actually, before I go ahead and do any cooking, let's go ahead and make the grill. Okay, we're going to use him. I don't want to use Vadim. We're not going to have Vadim do anything now because of his shock. We'll have the two of them work. And now I actually kind of want to peek over at his action again while performing an action. I kind of assume that fraternization probably counts as an action since it does use an action point. So, he looks like he needs a nap. Yeah, honestly, kind of all of them all the time look like they need a nap. Can we just sleep in our shelter forever? By the way, hello there, Taquito, and welcome to the stream. Now that we have made that, upgrade the grill. Gonna slap down Zofia here. We've already got my fish that campfire fish that I did a million years ago, nearly all completely rotten away. I should probably just slap it over to one of my people to eat. Okay, now probably ideal here is to smoke as much meat as I can, and I see I can only smoke 4 meat at a time. What's my meat at? Pretty good. Mushrooms? A little bit higher. Let's smoke a little bit of each. That, and then smoke some meat. And it looks like her chef trait also applies to smoking, not just the cooked level. Just smoke meat, man. I grab some of my moss. I do a nice pat out so it's as flat as can be, and I sprinkle some of the meat in it, and I roll it up, and then I just smoke the meat. That's what it means when you smoke meat, right? Man, having the may not lose AP or regain AP option when doing these is great. Look at how many times she's able to cook because of this. Oh my god, delicious stuffed roast. Oh. I don't have enough vegetables to make this. Also, not enough herbs. Wait, no, I guess I do have enough herbs because of my golden roots. Too bad. No delicious stuffed roast. Can barely even make the normal stuffed roast. You can make simple OCB papers from bark and moss or great filters. Excellent! Who's ready to smoke some meat, chat? I got the bark, I got the moss, I've got the meat. No problem. That's right, Zofia Master Chef cooking up a storm with the blunt of meat in her mouth. I think you can actually roll up smoked meat if you want charcoal in your lungs. Come on. What do they call them? Charcoal purifications. You consume the charcoal to detoxify your system. It works that way if you smoke charcoal, right? I like the mushrooms count as herbs, apparently. Let's go. I've got so much food now. Look at all of this. Lots of delicious soup. I guess that's stew, technically. And then stuffed roast. Poor campfire fish. Neglected as always. A straight soup take. Vegetables, don't have a lot of that. Let's hold off on doing any more. And let's feed everybody. How hungry is everyone anyway? 40, 33, 36, 41. This is gonna take everybody down to 0 with the stuffed roast and delicious stew. Wow. The delicious stew actually also does more food recovery because it has 6, whereas stuffed roast has 5. Alright, everybody. Have some roast. If charcoal can make me taste better, then surely it'll make my lungs taste good too. Then if any one of us dies, we'll be, or at least our lungs will be extra tasty. One of the chat members looks around nervously, whispering, don't listen to her. Please don't try this at home, okay? I don't think she knows what she's talking about. All right, water for everybody. I should go ahead and give everybody 2 drops of water. Because then we won't hit up that level again when we sleep. Man, everybody's doing so well now. The biggest problems we've got now are between Grigory and Vadim with their fatigue levels. And all I had to do is just slap them down in the tent to give them a nice rest. So in the meantime, we should do some more upgrades. We could do an upgrade for traps. We should do the metal workshop upgrade. Do I have... Ooh, I do have enough materials for this. Ooh. Yeah, that was definitely not enough sticks. Okay, slap in the needles for that. Get over here. You guys get along? Yes, and this will increase our camp's morale too, even. Of course, then again, if I left her off... No, I guess it doesn't give me that much, I'm gonna say it's better to use her to help him out. And they can go ahead and make more advanced tools, you know? Get the axe going. Okay. Tools. Look at that. They've got snowshoes. They help you to move in snowy terrain and reduce the loss probability during an expedition. That would be awesome. Increases the multiplier of resources collected during the expedition and helps to find more when performing gathering brushwood action in Palisade. That would be very nice. And now I can also make clothes. Look at that. Taking up a ton of material potentially. Wow. That's what the pelt's for. And now we can also have the hatchet, allows you to obtain more timber during the expedition. So we're going to go ahead and make the hatchet. And maybe we'll have him process the rest of the items here. I'm going to opt for the planks. And there we go. Chop, chop. All good. Man, we're doing so well now. Barely. We are not surviving out here anymore. As they say. We're thriving. Huh? Hmm? Oh, oops, I didn't actually tell them. Here I am looking at them, slapping down the shelter to rest, and I don't even actually tell them to do it. Alright, we end the day. Whoop, uh-oh. Etheromania? Grigory is fidgeting on the seat. Clearly excited. What seat? You just mean the dirt? What, comrade? Would you like a drink? You start? Are there actually technically 5 people here? And there's also me here, all talking with everybody? I'm just the leader. I point around and tell everyone to do shit, and they say, sure, why not? The man takes off his cap and pulls out a mysterious bundle from it. I eye Grigory. I would drink, wouldn't I? But a reasonable fellow knows 3 rules when to limit vodka. On St. Bartholomew, during a blizzard, and Grigory throws the bundle into the fire, and when he has something better than vodka. Acrid smoke hits your nostrils, irritated by frost, and is immediately followed by bliss. Chet, it's time to do some drugs. What behavior is this? What are you poisoning us with, Comrade Dmitrovic? Is it some rape or hashish? Is that important? Grisha laughs and his voice slowly turns into the clatter of a stork. Unexpectedly, it turns out that you are sitting on a saucer around a big cup filled with coffee instead of the cold taiga. A huge hand with a beautiful signet ring chases you away like flies. It is Tsar Nicholas himself who is reaching for that hot drink. Grigory Dmitrovic, you will be awarded the St. George's Second Class Order and 10 years of Siberia for this stunt. The Tsar thunders, and Grisha just clatters in response. I was taught to say no to drugs. Well, you don't have much of a choice when one of your quote-unquote friends just kind of throws a load of something onto the fire, and then the smoke just gets everybody high. We have to say it clearly. We're stuck. What do you mean? It's been several days, and we haven't figured out how to get out of the taiga. On the tracks, it's far away everywhere. The river is non-navigable. We haven't even found a better place to sleep, because we're only here somewhat hidden. We have a chance to hear the oncoming train. If it arrives at all, I'm slowly starting to lose hope for that, too. We have to accept the fact that we need to expand this camp. We must provide better thatched roofs and wind protection. It's not the time for a makeshift. We don't know if we'll be here for a week or a month. Technically, we've already been here over a week, too. Do you think we can survive that long with these thugs around? We are still alive, and that gives us some hope. We are able to face any threat as long as we cooperate and prepare properly, instead of passively giving up to fate and waiting for who knows what help. Oh my god, that really improved my camp morale. Maximum morale, chat. You're all feeling good. Everybody's got high stats. We're all pumped. We're not looking down. There is going to be help. Help will arrive some point tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow's tomorrow, but tomorrow's tomorrow. Who knows? It will get here. We will survive. Everything is great. And now we talk about manners. I know the situation is difficult, but that doesn't make us animals. Could you use the leaves instead of wiping everything on your sleeve? It will be useful for us to maintain our civilized habits so as to not get wild in this remote area. We're in the damn taiga. Honestly, I fuck your civilized habits. Whoa. Oh my god, that totally ruined their friendship. How could you say that? Quiet! You are swearing like a Moscow cabbie. Let's not go down to the level of these primitive thugs from the woods. Let's show that in these conditions... Okay, carpet someone else, because I'm already getting, so to speak, a 4-story mouthful. The ears are cold. If you plug them, you won't hear any more of my insults. There's nothing to squabble about. Well, it looks like the harsh Siberia is more suitable for you than the lounges in St. Petersburg. Oh, that ruined my camp morale. No! A rift between them. I am reminded, overconfidence is a fast and straightforward surviving strategy. I nod in agreement. See, and look at that, because I fed them, or at least because I gave them so much water, they don't have the water status popping up now. However, now Grigory and Dmitri over here, both are hallucinating. Very good. A hallucinating character has a good chance of failing any action, but in return increases their morale. When fails, character destroys half of resources. Oh wow. Perfect. And so morning arrives. Another day. I'm gonna peek quick at the expedition. Oh my god. He is kind of close to us, huh? There's still just the 3 of them. I wonder if it started out as, say, 1 renegade that was looking around and then slowly increased, or what? Unsure. But chat, we're at 4 hours now. We have had multiple events. We're doing extremely well. I almost should have picked the harder difficult. Oh. Stream is ruined now. Rotten meat. I can't believe this happened. We're all going to die now because of that singular rotten meat. Chat, if you wonder how the story was going to end after stream, death and decay. But thank you everybody for coming on by to watch. There you go. That's what help will come tomorrow is like. I really enjoy it. I think it's a good time. It reminds me, well, after watching people play D&D, it gives me sort of that tabletop RPG vibe because of the fact it has those action points. You get those random events that come up. I think it's very cool. A lot of fun. And there's Baldir redeeming some points, and Gray also redeeming some points. Give me a moment. I'll go ahead and roll those up into the display. Da-da-da. Okay. Now more people are putting down points. Oh, well, gee whiz. I couldn't have arrived at a worse time. The time where I'm ending the stream. Sorry, thick space wizard. Man, we could hear you approaching even. But welcome to the end of the stream. Thanks for stopping by, attempting to check things out. And yes, as Skelly has noted there with the command, don't forget to vote if you do want to vote for Chet's choice, though you'll have to put in quite a few votes now if you want Darkest Dungeon to not be the winner, because very clearly on top. Well, okay. What do we have? Oh my god, total of 52 points, huh? Takes us up to 94. Very close to the next emote, then. Alright, chat. Thank you, everybody, for coming on by to watch. Thank you for those who subscribed, resubscribed, and thank you for those who followed. All very appreciated. But of course, every time, you coming on by to watch, chat, always the most appreciated. Applause for you. Now let's see who's currently streaming. Let me take a look. That way we can go raid them. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm pretty sure Kittylicious is doing her stream here because I believe she just hit 800 followers. So she's celebrating that, is very happy about that. She's playing Paradigm. We'll send you over there. Thank you, everybody, for coming on by to watch. I hope you all have a lovely day, lovely night, whatever time it is for you. I hope to see you next time.